face. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I just want to say, the lighting is nice today outside. It's still not completely dark yet, but it's enough. How is everybody doing? I am exhausted, guys, but we are fully stocked with drinks. And I'd completely forgot to post a video that I did. I purposely did a Friday the 13th video, and I totally forgot to post it. In my mind, I had already done it all, and I just had to click it basically, and I totally forgot. So maybe I'll save it for next Friday the 13th, because I'm too tired to jump into anything right now, especially since we're doing this. How is everybody? Hi, Jay, Jeffrey, Bertels, Misfits and Magic, Rated, Daniel O'Day, Nuck and Futz, Callista Warrior Queen, Catherine Trueblood, McWiggin. I see McWiggin. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I should go back to, oh my god, there's a lot. Colvin is here first. Colvin, Bidet, Carl Davis, M. Meporo TV. I feel like that is new. Meporo TV. Oh, those Zemnian nights. See, that's what I feel like. I was saying it during the episode. What am I thinking of? I was saying the reference to Baywatch nights, but I don't think that is what the main reference is. Is it oh? See, there's Wildwood Days, oh, Hollywood Nights? Is it Hollywood Nights? There was a movie or something called Hollywood Nights with Tony Danza. I'm so dehydrated. I got one of these things. I don't understand how this stuff works, but it says one of these, if you put it in your water, makes it equal to 3 bottles of water. It is a triple hydrator. How that works, I don't even want to know. I don't know if I believe it, but if it makes me hydrated, I'm going to do it. So we're just going to hope it works and believe in science. Science! Now I'm drinking 3 bottles of water, according to this. I don't know how that works. I'm probably going to explode. It's going to be like a pelican having Mentos or, what is it, Alka-Seltzer? Mentos is in the soda. I think pelicans. I think it's birds or seagulls. How is it going? Hope y'all's week has been easy. I am exhausted, Colvin, but it hasn't been a bad week. I just feel like it's been a busy week. But all good things must come to an end. No, all good things have happened. Watching the C3 episode from last night while watching you, Jay, so all good. Carl Davis, I doubt that he has, as most won't even remember in 20 to 30 episodes from now. Heck, I'd be lucky to remember. Pretty good week. I don't know if I missed something, so I'm not going to go back. I mean, it looks... It almost sounded like there's a spoiler, but I don't see it. Is the moderator, I'm assuming one of the moderators are in here, right? Oh, I haven't seen either. Oh, it might be a little early. It is early. I'm usually not in here till 9 o'clock. I'm in very early. So the Dude JB and Lace Up Hockey aren't here yet to have me avoid spoilers, if so. But I feel like everyone in here we know, for the most part. I've seen every name that I know, except for that first name. But I see Ninja Master. What is up? Colvin, Carl Davis, I said. I thought I saw Indigor. Whenever I see Ninja Master, I for some reason start thinking it's Indigor, but Indigor has a different icon. Amelia, what is up? Emily Mary. Oh my god, there's 2 different ways. That's right. I've seen both of you. Emily Mary, 135 S Ganga. I for some reason thought it said Spanga. And then I thought of John Lovitz from Mom and Dad Save the World. Spango. That's literally where my mind went. I have wheezing again. I feel like I'm wheezing it because I didn't drink enough and I'm probably dying inside. I have hot dogs waiting in the fridge. I saw that someone wrote hot dogs and tacos. Yeah, I worked all day and I probably drank a half a bottle of water and had 9 coffees. So I feel like I'm like super dehydrated and I'm raging on 8 hours of caffeine. And now I'm crashing. But I have my drinks. You know my drinks. I got this bottle of water that apparently is now equivalent to three. I have another bottle of water to just have water. I have my polar seltzer that I'm opening right now, which I'm mixing with 5 shots of gin. I measured it out. It's about 5 shots of gin. Then, in another cup, I have 3 shots of gin. Because we don't want to mix shot it and look, it's nice and frozen. There's also a stink bug flying around the room, hitting everything. But yeah, frozen glass, that is another like 3 or 4 shots. So, hey, we were all early today. Patricia, how's your radiator, Jay? I think I'm going to check it. I just packed my radiator. It is quite lovely looking. So maybe I'll take a little dip down, take a gander at the steam, make sure the pressure's all right. Now I'm craving Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops I'm a fan. I think I inhaled so much of that steam from my radiator that I almost died, but it's okay. All right. Everyone's good. How's the arcade doing? Everything is pretty good. It was just a busy week. I just trained the second new person at the arcade in a month. And I keep wheezing. I have trained probably, I'm not kidding, I've probably trained maybe 10 or 12 people in 25 years at the arcade. And 2 of them were in the last month because we go through phases, I guess, like most businesses or jobs, where people stay with us for 10 to 15 years. And then once they get their own families and do something else, I guess they move on and do other things. So I have like 7 guys that have currently worked for me for anywhere from 10 to 20 years. Probably a good 7 guys. And 2 of them just quit. So for the first time in like a decade, I have to train people and I need multiple people. So I just train 2 people. It's not hard. It's just a different kind of thing. It's out of the routine. And especially since I don't do it for 10 years, it's a whole nother world. And one of them didn't work out too good. So it was basically like a month's worth of training for nothing. But the second person ended up working out phenomenally well. It is actually the first girl we have ever hired. And it's nothing to do with being sexist or anything like that. It's just in not the greatest area. And most of the time, girls don't want to work there because from time to time, you get into like a physical confrontation. So most just don't want to work there. But everything has been working out all right. And it seems like it's okay. So, are coins still a thing at the arcade? Are we talking coins at the arcade? I had lunch dinner like a half hour ago, so I'm good to go. Vera G, Vero G, how are you? Everyone adjust your radiator settings. Are coins still a thing? Break ends, so about there, BRB, it's a time consuming, brain draining task. I'm going to set up the thing now. Oh my God, it's still like not even 9 o'clock. We are so early today. I just want to get everything going nice and ready because then I could just relax. So let's get the clock up because someone already wrote. Oh, did I just write the wrong thing? What happened here? Doop doop boop boop. Show, like what is he doing? There we go. Yeah, since who wrote the time? Someone just wrote the time. All right. Minimize you. What is happening here? Why is like 50 windows opening on me? I clearly am at fault. All right. Get this over here. Get this over here. All right. Welcome back, Nuck and Futz. All right. Who was the other one? Daniel O'Day. All right. Nuck and Futz, Daniel O'Day. Break ends. So about there. I will go somewhere in the middle, but let's see. I'll pop it up and we'll see. I see a variation. They're all within the same realm, but I'll just pop it on and we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, campaign. How is everybody else doing? Tomorrow, I actually get to have a nice weekend. I have one job in the morning, and then I can pretty much take it easy for the rest of the week, I think. You never know. Everything always changes on a dime. But I think I could actually relax. All right, we got episode 11. And after the break, boop. All right. Welcome back. First dive in. All right, yeah, there's a winner thing. Let me
ARESKI 14. Congratulations. We'll get that to you ASAP.
All right, I'm going to assume it is right. I'm just going to let it play out until I see Matt say, all right, we'll got afternoon. All right, boom, we'll go there. We're going to go 207.30. 207.30 is what we shall do. I'm going to set everything up, raise the black screen. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oop, there we go. We'll do that. And the clock. Where's the clock? All right, clock. And we'll go 2:07:30. 2:07:30. Maybe I'll lower this a little bit. I'll go like that. My God. All right, 2:07:30. 2:07:30. Set the time. All right, we're set. Everything's set. We're good. I'll have that like that. I feel like this thing drops a little. Like that. I think we're good like that. All right. All right, we're all good. Everything's set up. Let us go back to the chat. What is up, Amelia? Oh, the dude is here. All right, what is up, the dude? I'm still delivering pizza for now, so I will jump in and out. No problem, my friend. We are used to it, used to the working. Everyone stop spoiling now. The moderator's here, says Carl Davis. I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke. I almost feel like starting early because I'm like, I know this is like a 2-hour one, but I don't. Last time I did that, I know people were like, you ruined my life. But I'm halfway wanting to just because I'm excited. Let's go over real quick what is actually where we left off. I understand, so I should delete that Caleb dies this episode. Definitely delete that Caleb dies this episode. I don't want to know that yet. Anywho. And then he deletes the Daniel, that Caleb dies. If Caleb actually died I don't, even if someone confirmed that that was accurate, I wouldn't believe it because that would just make absolutely no sense. If Caleb actually just died in episode 11 out of 140 plus episodes, I wouldn't believe it till I saw it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But if it did happen, like I said, you would probably even think the same thing, so you would probably be able to say it with complete freedom of not thinking that it would spoil anything. Please don't forget to like on your way in. Yes, please like and subscribe if you haven't, everybody. I do this to support my 8 starving children. I don't ever feed them. I keep them starving just so I could use that as a way to get subscribers and likes on my videos. 32 people watching and only 16 likes is a damn shame. You can give 1 like per day and save a small baby deer. I won't. I was going to say, or I will kill it. No, I won't kill one. There's always baby deer outside. They're beautiful. I live in the woods. There's always baby deer. I go out and I frolic with them. But how exactly did we end it? I know Matt's going to give a little recap. I can already see Leaky Tap Tavern, midnight meeting looming. I know we were in the basement. I just can't remember exactly how we ended it. I remember not pick the lock. and there is a body. There is a skeleton in the basement. And then I think we left, and that was like it. It just ended like there, I'm pretty sure. I feel like that was it, but I might be missing something, like some little detail. I feel like we like exited, and then we were there. I used to foster abandoned baby deer. Oh, I don't know if you're telling the truth. You probably are. I had a friend that, I said this in other videos, I feel like, but I had a friend that raised exotic animals like cheetahs and stuff like that. It was a girl. She would have every now and then just be like, hey, I have a cheetah for a couple months. And it'd be like this little baby cheetah. And she'd raise it till it was big enough where I guess humans aren't allowed to take care of them without proper skills and training. But she would have different things all the time. She would have like cougars and seals and cheetahs. I remember a little baby bear once, like all these crazy like animals you don't usually see around. And we were like teenagers, probably like 12, 13 years old. And her mom obviously was the one that did it. She was my age. So she did it with her mother, but her mother signed off on it and was the one that was allowed to. But I would go over there all the time and it was amazing. There'd always be like some crazy animal and they'd always be baby versions. It was never like full grown ones. It was always like the tiniest little ones. Cause I live in the woods. I've lived out here my whole life. And I guess it's like they find a family of bears in the woods and that someone's got to take care of the babies and you volunteer or something. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Good day, everybody. What is up, Ray? Rated. I also said hi, I believe. More like she was a cougar. Boom. Cougar, yes. Well, at that time, she was 12 or 13 years old. Now she's my age. So I guess you actually, I don't know, what is the age you are starting to be a cougar? I just hit 40 years old. I know a cougar is a female, but what, like, I feel like a cougar would be like 50s or 60s. I feel like 40s is still not quite cougarish age. I feel like it's middle age. I feel like cougar is like 50 plus. I don't know. It's probably not relevant, but I'm just curious. My friend had a pet armadillo when we were younger. That is one I've not seen. I've not seen an armadillo. Armadillo. I've seen them in movies and stuff, but in real life, I don't believe I've ever seen an armadillo. Armadillo. Dude, we're the same age. Trippy. I am the same age as you, Rated. I guess so. Unless you are from the future and telling me something. How young does the guy need to be for someone to be a cougar? How young does the guy need to be? I would say, I don't know. You have a good point. No, I would say the guy would have to be like no older than like late 20s. I feel like maybe you could do I feel like late 20s. I was going to say maybe 30s. 30 plus chasing a 20-year-old. That's what I would think. I would think it's got to be like in their 20s. But I feel like a cougar wouldn't start to like maybe 45. I feel like 35 is still young. And I'm not just saying that because I'm 40. I'm just feeling like that's what I would think. I feel like 35, 40 is like still like like borderline. But borderline to me shouldn't be in the category of cougar. I feel like once you're a cougar, you're like, there's no mistaking you're a cougar. I feel like there's no gray area. No pun intended. No gray area. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Jonathan Vu. Correct. I was talking earlier. I had a Friday the 13th video I was going to post and I totally forgot the whole day. I'm like watching other people's and I'm just like thinking in my head like, yeah, I already posted that. And I never finished editing it. So that might be for the next one. I'd say 18 years or younger. If it's 15 years as a baseline, then a 90-year-old dating a 75-year-old, is it a cougar? That's what I was thinking. Like, what would be a cougar to me would probably be like 70s. I feel like a cougar to me, maybe like 65. Like maybe you could judge it based on how old your parents are or something like that. Like however old your parents are, is that or older would be a cougar, I feel like. So my parents are at least 20 years old. My parents are 25 years older than me. So a cougar to me would be like 65 plus. If you're 65 plus, that to me would be a cougar. But that's because I'm 40. So I would think for like a 20-year-old, a cougar would be like 45, 50 years old. I feel like that's the best way to judge it because to me, old is not that I'm saying, not that I think my parents are old, but they are. But basically, old to me is anything my parents' age or older because I grew up as a child and they were adults. They were like the older people to me. So anything that age or older to me would justify that. Anything under 18 is jailbait. 18 to 30 with a 50 plus woman, I would say yes. I would say I agree mostly with that. Because I would say anywhere to about 30 years old. 30 is pushing it, but I would agree 30 would cut that age. 50 plus, I think I most agree with True Blood. At that point, it's not a cougar. It's a pedophile if you're dating 15-year-olds, that is. 100%. Forrest the Runner. Run, Forrest. That's got to be that. It's got to be Run, Forrest, Run. I am drinking so much water right now that I am going to be shocked if I don't have to pee 50 times during this episode. It's just I literally worked all day and never drank water. Had like 8 coffees. I'm not even kidding. I probably had 4 at lunch and then had like 2 or 3 more like during the job. And then I forgot to drink water. And then I did a video and then I just jumped on Livestream and now I'm like dying of hydration. Man, the chat start is some weird threads, lol. Yeah, we're all over the place today, aren't we? You got the reference. All right, I figured it so much. I dig it. I dig anything where it involves me thinking about movies. All right, so besides that, stream of consciousness, we just flow. Besides the body in the basement. Now, here we go. Let's without spoiling anything, am I wrong to think that a body would take decades to decompose like that? I would think so much as like maybe 50 plus years to fully decompose, unless it was set on fire and then it was just like burned to a skeleton, then it would be done almost immediately. Or, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like that would take so long that why would there be a dead body in the basement and be there like that for so long? I don't know. That sounds crazy to me. Depends on the conditions, not necessarily. Unfortunately, yes, you are, Jay. You spent too much time on Reddit. Oh, what are we talking about? Hi, fellow Canadian. All the Canadian. Man, the chat. I don't know. I must have missed a reference somewhere. I'm trying to like cover everything. Depends on the conditions. It depends on how many insects are there. It depends on how many insects are there. Depends on the environment of the room. It could take a few months to a few years depending on the conditions. I mean, I guess we were saying insects, like insects eating at the body. See, I guess that would matter too. I'm thinking like if you just had it in a box underground, like someone gets buried, I feel like it would take decades for that body to fully decompose. If it was like a fully intact body, not one that was set on fire or anything like that. But I could be wrong. I feel like, oh my God, why is my chair so far back? I feel like in the movie Old. You ever see the movie Old? I feel like a lot of the ways they did things was somewhat accurate with the way they depicted how time worked. And in one of the scenes, the body is rotting over like a long period of time, but rapidly because time is moving very fast. And I feel like they said in one of those scenes, I feel like one of the guys said he was a doctor or something like that, a nurse. And he said it would take, I thought he said like 100 years for a body to decompose like that. So, I mean, this is probably not nearly as relevant as what it is supposed to represent or something like that. But I don't know. That's where my mind was going. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, if it is relevant, this could be like something going on for a very long time. So in a box, it would take longer. But this one is just stashed in a corner open to the air. In a temperature climate, it usually requires their weeks to several years for a body to completely decompose into a skeleton, depending on the factors such as temperature, humidity, pressure, and insects. See, insects didn't factor in for me, but I guess that would matter a lot. Because, like, if you had, I mean, even if you had a body laying out in the middle of a barn and a freaking wolf came in, I guess that would factor in a great deal as well. I didn't think of things like that. So I'm thinking, like, if it was just locked in this room and all those things, I mean, even then, I guess, all right, whatever. I'm figuring that it's just as, I'm figuring it's just supposed to be like, bam, there's a body. That's it. We're just supposed to be concerned there's a goddamn body in here. Don't get your facts from M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Miranda, hello, my friend. Canadian Kaz, I also saw your name come up. Patricia, let me know if I missed anybody. I feel like I'm catching everybody as they come in. But M. Night Shyamalan is a doctor of medicine and tells me no lies. He told me this. He told me he would never tell me a lie after telling me all the lies in all his movies. I have a radial fracture. What a twist. What is a radial? I mean, I understand that. Is that a reference to something? Insects, rats, etc., etc. The do JB, oh, LOL. Oh, that's Tim. Modern embalming technique. Blah, blah, blah. Modern embalming techniques will preserve a body to near perfect condition, but in those conditions, dark, dank, moist, insects, rats, etc., it would decompose much quicker. All right, so I guess I'm wrong. I'm just a frigging idiot. No, I'm just joking. I appreciate you guys telling me. And now I will go cry because I'm incorrect about so many things all the time. I am just going to make sure this is on and moving accurately. I like to see the statistical data. And then we're going to probably get going soon. Maybe we'll do a 10-minute countdown. 10-minute countdown now. Boop. And like and subscribe if you haven't. I like to always hit 50. I feel like we didn't hit 50 last time and I cried myself to sleep. That's what you get for hanging out with nerds. That's when you break your arm by twisting it. It's a pun or play on words. A radial fracture. What a twist. I'm an idiot. I knew what a radial fracture was, but when I read what a twist, I thought you were literally saying you had a radial fracture, and I was like, that sucks. But what was the twist? That's literally what I thought. I thought you were telling me a real life situation and then saying what a twist in relation to something else or like something someone else said. Now I get it. Thank you for the clarification. I am a fool. Specifically breaking your radius, not your aluna. I don't know what a luna is. Elna? Ulna? I don't know. Is correct. Error. But to is human, as they say. To is human, to forgive is divine. Yes, I know that. It's a bone. I've never heard of that. The ulna. I don't know if I've ever heard of that bone before. Either way, is one of the arm bones. One of the bones in your forearm, really. That's probably the bone my mom broke. My mother, like, this is going to be last story. This is Jay story time. Maybe we'll start in 10 minutes. I just want to get rolling because I know this one is 2 hours long and I'm already exhausted and I do have work early tomorrow, which sucks. So maybe we'll start in like 10 minutes, but we're going to tell Jay story time and then we'll go from there. My mother, I want to say like 8 years ago, I would go to the bars every single night and I would drink from the minute I would get off of work, like 5 or 6 o'clock. I go to the bars like 8 o'clock. I would have dinner at the bar and I would drink till they threw you out of the bar, which was like 2 or 3 o'clock. But once you became friends with all the bartenders and you were young, like I was, because I was in my 20s, they would just let you stay there. The bartenders would close up, the regulars, if you were a regular, like 2, 3 guys would be there at like 2 o'clock in the morning and they would let you hang out and basically like just pour you beers if you helped clean up and put chairs up on the bar and stuff like that. Basically just hang out and be like their friend and hang like everyone just like did their thing. But I would end up coming home and my mom would be hanging out in the basement because my mom was up really late. My mom was just like a night owl. She's always up till like 3, 4 in the morning, like watching TV and doing stuff. So one night she went out and I came home from the bar and it was pouring rain and she decided she was going to dig a ditch because when she was in the basement hanging out, the water was running down and into the basement and it was like making like, I don't know if it was like that big of a problem, but it was bothering her enough where she thought, I'm going to go outside in the middle of a rainstorm and I'm going to dig a trench down the side of the house and try to like deter, like, you know, redirect the rain. And she was halfway there and slipped in the ditch that she just dug and snapped both bones in her forearm, like clear through. And she was having a couple drinks. So she came inside and we would always yell at her, like, don't go out like 2 o'clock in the morning and do stupid crap like that. But she had a lot of energy and she still does. I mean, she's still fine and well, but she has a lot of energy and we'd be like, don't do stuff like that. And she was afraid to tell us. So at some point she was like, hey, could you look at this? Because like my arm hurts. And it literally looked like a horror movie. She had like 2 bones like popping out of her arm and we had to rush her to the hospital and she had snapped both of the bones in her forearm from falling in the rain at like 3 o'clock in the morning while drinking some beers. So it was not, I mean, it's funny now because she's totally fine. She has like steel rods in her arm or whatever. But I'm willing to bet that she broke that bone. Anywho, I'm just going to say that we need to chill on the Caleb comments. Oh, that's to everybody. Break to the a technically a break. What? A technically a break? I'm assuming that's a typo. Unless that, I'm like thinking that is like literally some sort of like phrase, but I'm assuming that's a typo. Do you, torsional forces would be a oh my God, there were so many big words in there. Daniel O'Day, you just like blew my mind. I had way too much radiator for that, for those words. And now I feel like I'm all over the place. Wait, we are all humans here. I've also felt alien, but that could just be my radiator. What is I must have missed a lot of comments. I went on like a rant and now I don't know. Radius and ulna are the bones in your forearm. Oh, okay. I'm going to drink every time there's a rant about Caleb. J story time. Bones on your thumb. The bone on your thumb side is the radius. Pinky side is the, okay. The bone on your thumb side is the radius. Pinky side. Okay. I had to have seen this. I probably just don't think of it. Both are actually correct, but I was making a joke about making a mistake. I heard you had some concerns about Caleb putting his hands in the bread. That you'll get blasted. If for one I can't be sure, I understand why Caleb put his hands in the bread. I understand I understand Caleb's logic behind it, but I just think it's an awkward, weird way of showing people things when people are obviously going to be weirded out or grossed out by something like that. But I understand what he was doing. I understand that is like that it would actually work. I just don't think it was like the greatest idea to do in front of a group of people that he's already sort of like on weird terms with. I feel like everyone in the group is already like feeling like how I am. I feel like they're all like, dude, I'm trying to do nice things and I understand the Caleb thing, but I'm going to lay off Caleb just because I'm assuming at this point that he is going to turn around. Bo did. So I'm going to give Caleb the benefit of the doubt. The funny thing is Liam, I mean, none of these people I dislike. Liam, in the beginning, I thought Caleb, I mean, if you go back to like episode 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure Caleb was in my top 3. I'm pretty sure it was like not Jester and Caleb. Bo was my least favorite. Molly didn't do nothing. Ford just kind of like was just there, I guess. I'm pretty sure Caleb was in my top 3 for a good while. It's almost like Caleb is an awkward, weird guy as a character choice by Liam. We don't talk about what is that? The Poor Von. The Poor Von. We don't talk about Poor Von. Is that Bruno? Is that we don't talk about Bruno? But what is Poor Von? Or is that Poor Von? Yeah, it looks like it. Caleb has trouble judging what's appropriate sometimes because he's socially awkward. Just enjoy the ride. I will. We're going to start in 4 minutes. I'm going to start 5 minutes early. I'm curious. Let's start 5 minutes early and see how many people. Because right now we have about 50 people plus. We've gone upwards of 50. We're fluctuating around high 40s. So let's just start in 4 minutes and then see how many people in the chat actually go, Jay, what the hell you doing? You said 9:30. Don't say it if you were in here and you just heard me say that though, because some people might do it as a joke. Because later on, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see how many people actually did say, Jay, you said 9:30 and you started 5 minutes early. Because if it actually does, if that actually is a thing and a lot of people did come in at exactly 9:30, then I'm going to feel bad. But everybody like and subscribe if you haven't. There's 45 people, 27 likes. I always like to pop 50 likes just so I feel like a winner in my heart and then I could succeed in everything that I do. But either way, like I said, we're going to start at 9:25. 9:25 we're going to start. The clock is right. It is 2 hours, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Episode 11, Critical Role. I hope I did. Yes, I just wanted to make sure. I'm like, I hope I opened it up in the place that had the ad blocker. Definitely have to have the ad blocker up. Otherwise, we get all sorts of messed up with the clock. It's only the beginning. We can't know if we like it already or not. If you just throw around thumbs, then they mean nothing, like inflation. Rated, you are correct. You are actually correct. But if I already won your heart over just from my rant and my story about my mom breaking her forearm, then it's all right, I feel like. Because, I mean, I don't have my mom breaking her forearm in the title of the video, but I feel like it's still warranted for a good thumbs up. My mom wasn't able to give the thumbs up. When she snapped both bones in her forearm, she couldn't do that. I mean, maybe you could. I feel like she still could. Could you? I'm starting to wonder now. You still, like in my head, I'm thinking like you wouldn't, but she definitely still had functioning fingers. It's just weird to me because I feel like you just like lose like it just like be dead. I don't know. That's that. Anyway, everyone thumbs up. The dude JB has started the trend. Everybody thumbs up. We're going to start in like a minute and 30 seconds. She could definitely do it with the other arm. She definitely could. You're right. The dude JB, you are correct. She definitely could have. She had another functioning arm. She was fully capable. I also broke those same bones as a kid. It was very much dependent on your nerves. On if your nerves are also damaged. I feel like she had functioning fingers. It was so long ago. And I wasn't like, I worked so much at that time and didn't see my mom nearly as much as I do now, as far as like on a hourly basis. Like I see my mom like every hour of every day at this point because I take care of my parents. I watch them. Me and my sister basically take care of them. So I see them all the time now, but I honestly don't remember seeing my mom enough to remember if she had functioning fingers. I'm pretty sure she had to have. It would be difficult if there were tendon damage. There's a very specific point in this episode that your whole thumb is relying upon. We shall see what rant it creates. There's a very specific point in this episode that... All right, we're going to see what happens. I like Nuck and Futz over here with the every type of thumbs up I could ever imagine. And we're at 9:25, so we're going to do the 3, 2, 1. Most likely, it would not compromise nerve function. All right, guys, here we go. Because we got 2 hours ahead. It is 9:25. We'll be done by 11:25. Hopefully, I make it. We're going to do it. 3. This is the actual countdown. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, boop. And we're going to do it. Here we go. This is the real one. 3, 2, 1, boop. And we're in.
The midnight meeting looming.
All right. Let me die this down a little bit. Puma. The Hall of Erudition. Are we still hauling around this freaking Manticore head too? Holy crap. We've had the Manticore head forever. All right. Oh, the clock. 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 I want Jester to do that. I want Jester to draw everything. Caleb's going. All right, so Caleb, Bo, and Ford are going to the meeting. I feel like that is an interesting group to send down, guys. I feel like that is, I don't know. I feel like we should only send 2 people. I feel like that is, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess we should send more people in case we need help. The Knights of Requital. Because, I mean, there is the rare chance that they pull some shenanigans on us. Tusk Love. So Bo is reading the book that Liam bought Jester. Some sort of orc love. Oh my God. Marisha just, well, you guys are watching. Marisha just bursted out in the most ridiculous laugh ever. Oh, Matt doesn't know. Or does he know? Does Matt actually have Oscar? With a K. Oscar. Did he just make that up? Or, I mean, I'm pretty sure he looked at something written down. Because for a second, I thought he was just going to go with it. Oh my God, she's coin. I love it. That is going to come back. That is definitely going to come back. I love it. That was perfect. That's the first thing I thought when he said orc love Ford. The Jewelous Dominion. So this was the point of the book. We know Jay's next purchase. This was Tuskalov. I'm definitely buying my first. It's got to be an original. It's got to be a first edition Tuskalov. I don't buy second editions of shit. I just drank a whole seltzer in my face before this. A Krick assassin. I love how he said that. All right. So there is a reason for all this. We have gotten so many T names, I feel like, recently. Am I wrong? I feel like we've gotten. There was Fed. And then there was I feel like there was a lot of T names recently. What? What is Dinner with Andre? What is Dinner with Andre style? That reference, I don't know. Uh, Pretty sure Matt has a list of potential NPC names. It's a movie, I think. I never got that reference either. I know there's a movie called Dinner for Schmucks. Dinner for Schmucks is a movie. That was Dinner with Andre. I've never heard of that. Unless it's Andre might have been a character in the movie Dinner for Schmucks. Maybe. Zrohas. Zrohas and Nikadranis are like two of my favorite names. Uh, uh. Ford's like tap, tap, tap. We're getting a lot of information. Uh, that's pretty cool. If it actually, oh, there you go. Okay. I was going to say it's pretty cool if it actually sounded like that, but he said it's actually done intentionally. Therefore, I would assume it would sound pretty close if they went out of their ways to make it sound like it. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like something I've seen had not necessarily crickets, but something like that, where the armor made some kind of imitating, like a intimidating noise. I feel like everybody else is like all right, like it seems like Not and Jester. I can't see Talzin because there's a giant clock over his head, but I feel like some of them are not interested in the history of things. By the That would have been amazing. By the third lamppost, move this brick. This book sucks. That would have been amazing if she looks it up after all this history and lore. So go to the corner of such and such, and I buried 500 gold under a stack of trees. A stack of trees. All right. Ulag. A nod of knowing. Kara, the half elf girl. I'm assuming Kara is the one that was talking to Claudia. We have still not really touched base with Claudia yet. We should have asked Claudia about Ulag. Dolan. Dolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's brother. Good day, Sam. Good day. Now everyone's just gonna stand around like weirded out by the other people. No. First thing I would check, yeah. If you see a well groomed man that is untouched, odds are you're not dealing with a bad, like a really hard. I mean, he could just be that good, which is even scarier. I mean, he could just be the greatest fighter ever and never gets touched. Huh? Now you got to make an insight check. I was going to say the same thing as Jester. Kind of like you're rough around the edges, undercover cop. 20. All right. So he's pretty mild mannered. Your mild mannered neighborhood Joe. Why? Do, really? What? What is that? Tversky. All right. Did he steal something last time? Insight check. Natural 20. Natural 20. I'm confused. Either I'm forgetting something, did not steal something last time from this dude, Dolan? Not steal so often and try so often. I can't remember if not stole something from Dolan. Why would he say, I know someone named Tversky? No one knows what Sam is planning in any given moment. Like I like when he's so convincing, I'm thinking that I'm forgetting something. Oh my god. Listen to say he is so freaking weird. The best disguise yet. I think Titan with two T's. I think Ford is just telling him that so he stops being Titan. The second T is silent. Tan with two T. That's such. I mean, and now he's got. Oh my god, he's it's almost like not backwards. Titan or Tan. It's almost not back. Oh, amazing. I'm just like, look at Marisha. What was that? Marisha was like, okay. Pretty sure it's a different person. Yeah, like not as confusing me, but hey, it's funny. I dig it. Either way, I dig it. Just the four of us. Just the four of us building castles in the sky. I'm going to lounge a little, guys. I'm just going to kick back my chair, have a little party. We told our friend everything you said, and he wants to be part of it. They're like, what the f-? We said nobody talks outside of here. He might. I mean, that is kind of weird that you just met these people, but then again, you are all new, so maybe you're just bringing on people. I'm okay with it. But it is, I mean, it is a little, it would have probably been better. So for some reason, Not is looking for a guy named Dolan Travarsky, and that's Dolan Thrime. All right, just the four. So we're. What does he know? Oh, is he going to say you've been going to smutty bookstores? Yeah, we solved crimes successfully. This music is great. Dude, what does it involve with money first? I don't need to know anything about the plan. Tell me how much gold first. If it's like 1,000 gold, I'm in. I don't care what it is. They're like, what are they doing? Jester and Not are like playing their own little game. Lord Sutton. What are they doing? The Myriad. I've definitely heard that somewhere before, but maybe not here. The Myriad. All right. All right. I feel like I knew that one too. Poussin. Hi, Richter Poussin. I think everyone's in on it when it comes to like politics and shit like this. Sutan. Oh God, that's it. I mean, that sounds like a lot of high level shit to do. Well, tell me how we plan on doing this, sir. I totally get where they're going. Where do we come in, good sir? Watch, they're gonna be like, we have no gold. I'm like, I'm out. Run out the door. Okay. Okay. So far, this is all doable. I mean, this is probably all doable in this world, but this is asking a lot. Like they were trying to kill her. I was gonna say, honestly, that's a better plan anyway. I'm thinking you don't want to give her. What if she doesn't find the letter? What if something happens, like it burns or someone steals it or something? I think the best way is to be like, "Yo, we found this letter, and and someone just broke into her house." I mean, it still could look like we're part of it, but I mean, it's not the worst idea. I feel like it's doable. I just don't know how well it would work. And wouldn't it look awfully suspicious that we just happen to be like, look, we found this letter, and Ulog's wife is in jail, and there's obviously Dolan. I don't know. It depends who's actually involved on the surface, like whose faces they actually use as like who's actually going to deliver the letter. If it's someone totally random, then I guess it wouldn't matter. Yeah. I feel like there's just so many, this is crookedness going on. I feel like no matter how you slice it, they're just going to like someone else will just replace that crooked person. I don't think they're going to be like, up, now Dolan can get in there. No, like they're not going to let Dolan in. I don't know. It's just, I mean, maybe there's something high level. They are nine and they're mighty. Exactly. I'm not saying that there is no hope, but I feel like anybody directly connected to Dolan is going to be implicated as having done this. And even if they didn't, I feel like somebody else higher up would just be like, Dolan, you're done. We don't want you. It's just they're just keep shutting him down until he gives up or they kill him. That's what I think would happen. I think they would literally shut him down till he either stopped or he's dead. Oh, he's got some say he's got like a personal vendetta, which makes it where you'll do things you shouldn't like normally do under some circumstances. Like you don't think clear headed. We'll kill all of them for 1,000 gold apiece. Marisha is so laxed with the way it comes off. Like she's literally talking to a group of people and they're just like, it's like you're talking in slow motion. This is what I was asking. Do they know of you? Do they know the Knights of Requital? Do you. There could easily be people watching them right now and knows every member of the group and exactly what you're doing. Yeah, which ones? Themond. No. So they were having people followed. See, these people might be making mistakes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I would guarantee you. I would assume that if no matter what they do, that they're being watched and everyone knows everything about them. That's at that level. See, that's not a bad move. That's actually not a bad idea at all. Because that would actually be. No, but that would actually work because then it would directly disconnect anybody that's still trying to ride. I dig it, Ford. Good man. Hey, Jay, how's it going? What is up? Oh, it's Pendragon, Luther Pendragon. That look at Ford. Ford, you have just raised so high in my ranks. How funny is that? We've tried so hard that there's no symbol that is indicated by us. They could literally point everything at themselves, make Richter, the High Richter, the leader, and shut down, and then go after the Sutton. The Sutan, the Sutton. I went to school with somebody named Sutton, so I'm thinking of it's Sutan. You could win twice. I honestly, I'm making fun of Bo because it's so like calm and slow, but honestly, she's composed and doing a good job. I just feel like throwing evidence into a house that just got ransacked is way too obvious that that's like a setup or something's going on. What is the odds that someone would ransack a house and accidentally leave a letter behind? I mean, shit happens, but that is a huge misstep. If you're trying to frame somebody, it looks so obviously like a frame job, especially if people that are probably connected to the Knights of Requital come over and go, guess what? We the other option is we found this letter. Like I don't know. Yeah, Carol, what do you do? A thinker, huh? Ulog's a badass motherfucker. Ulog sounds awesome. I said the second he described Ulag, I was like, unless this guy is shady and shifty, which he probably is, but he's my kind of shady shifty. So far, I feel like he's a badass. I hope he doesn't turn and do something crooked. Oh my god, the language. Myriad. See, what I don't like is you're relying on. This is one of those situations where you know someone's doing crooked shit, almost like the RICO Act with the mafia. You know someone's doing something wrong, so you have to plant something or get them on something else because you're never going to get them red-handed. And I hate things like that in the sense that you're committing a crime to catch them. Like you could get caught and go to jail trying to get them to do something crooked so you could catch them, even though you already know they're doing crooked shit. So you can ruin your entire lives just to make them look bad when you know they're bad. And I know that's like maybe the maybe what you have to do. Maybe there's no other way. SAS. The SAS. Travis is actually a pretty good tactician, so nice to hear him use his brain. Yeah, after Grog. All right then. Look at the face. Matt's impressions are amazing. I mean, yeah, this is some. I mean, I don't know how much options these people have, but that's some insane trust they just laid out with us. They just told us an elaborate plan that they formed over the last 2 months. They just told us this entire plan. We could totally just be outsiders framing them. Asshole gladiators. Asshole gladiators. She goes, shut up. Oh, she was like on a roll. You lick those gladiator assholes. She was like on a roll. The funny thing is, I would have thought it was intentional if she didn't get called out because it's Bo, but I think Marisha just totally lost track. You bunch of asshole gladiators. Now, what if I'll say in a minute. What are your specialties? Are we gonna get some Liam backstory? I'm peeing into a bottle. After you, sir. I had to mix my seltzer in with my water. 17. Now, guys, what if everything's okay? What if? I mean, I know you're going to tell me we can, but would they ever and have they ever? And you don't have to tell me specifically because it would probably spoil something. But what if we like immediately ran right to the Crown's Guard right now? I'm not saying to do this because I don't want them to. But we run to the Crown's Guard and we go, the Knights of Requile are planning some huge thing where they're going to try to frame the Sultan for possibly killing the High Richter and blah, 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 blah. Like, what if we did that? And like, would it totally throw Matt's entire story off? I don't want him to do that. I just feel like that would totally destroy everything happening. Yeah, we can't answer that. That's what I figured. It's like that's the first thing I thought, that Not will go up to a Crowns Guard and go, they're planning a framing job. Sabotage. Oh, hello. You probably would. In all honesty, Jester's like, oh, so I just told you would, that would be a Jester thing to say to a random person. It would be almost pointless to say it to Not, because Not would just expect it as well. Yeah. Yeah, what this is what I was saying. What are we getting? No one ever spoke of gold or coin or nothing. Yeah, I'm all for removing it too. If you throw some gold in my pocket, we don't live here. This isn't our town. I don't just go into, I mean, if it was my town, I would do it. But I don't just go from town to town and fight other people's battles. Everyone's got their own problems. I feel bad, but we got our own problems. I want me some gold. Closer, guys. Lean in closer. High Richter Prucine. That, something about that name sounds very, very sexual or something. Ulag. Want me to follow? Sam doesn't just ask like on the down low. Sam's like, want me to follow? Frumpkin. Let's check out Frumpkin. What is Liam doing? What was Liam doing? It was like, it looked like he was like listening to something in the corner. Worse. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like how everyone, like, I do the same thing. When he says the number, I'm like, oh, that's freaking amazing. 18, great. Great. 18. Everyone does the same thing. See, my thing is, if they could be followed by someone like not that Not is not amazing, but if they could be followed by Not, my guess is whoever the High Richter has with them and the Sutan and all these people got to have people following people like them. Like they got to know about the Knights of Requital, Knights of Requital. Nine. Like I have a feeling all these people are being watched. Were being watched. Some aggressive. Not's mama didn't raise no snitch. Sam is pure chaos in D&D. I love it. I enjoy it as well. They have crew. Someone may have said something to him. Why? What was that? I don't know if he reacted to something. What? Look at Liam. I can't tell if Liam is looking insanely intrigued. I know this is like Liam's jam, so maybe he's getting like, wait a second. Alchemical vials, you say? Alchemical vials are my jam. That's what Liam thought. Or Caleb. There is no Liam. I was going to say, he's got to check Frumpkin. I think he was doing the Frumpkin. I'm going to call it doing the Frumpkin. He was like moving his head around like intuitively, like he was being a cat or something. Unless I'm just insane. So they have so they have two people right now that could do like recon. Not as around in actual costume, I guess you'd say. And Liam as Frumpkin. A heavy crook. Going from town to town to fight other people's problems is literally what adventurers do. But for money, that's my thing. I will go from town to town solving problems, but for money. Our thing is we're trying to get money. I mean, maybe they're not trying to get money, but I feel like not is all about it. Jester, Jester's all about the money. And Liam even said, what do we got to gain from this? So Liam wants money. Okay, Caleb, Mr. Caleb. Lawful good adventures, maybe. You're lawful neutral. Like, you're what? Lawful neutral? That's what I saw, Caleb. The disguise. This is who I am now. Oh my God, please be that. Watch the High Richter is like super nice. I would say the stealthy people go together. I would say the High Richter should be Caleb, Knott, and Molly. Let's send Caleb, Knott, and Molly and Bo Jester Ford. They're the original three. So let them go to the stockades or whatever the heck it was. Or are they going to go? We could replace other people's problems with a variable. I'm down with OPP. I'm down with OPP. As clowns, we'll all be clowns. We're going to see the High Richter. We're a traveling group of clowns. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Molly. Talzin has been very little said right now. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame Ford and Bo are saying, if this works, we will have people in high places. I don't bank on that. My whole life, I have had so many people tell me, if you help me with this, it will benefit you in the end. And I end up doing all this work and getting nothing in return. It's happened many times. I need some kind of incentive up front. If at the back end I get something good, bonus, but I need something up front. I want some kind of compensation, and then later on, you could owe me a favor. I get what they're saying, though. If you have people in high places, I have a perfect example. We used to do government contracts for like back when I was in high school. And the guy who was supposed to win, they said it was a guarantee, hands down, this guy was guaranteed to win. So we did work for way less than we should have because we thought we'd get more jobs. And then the guy ended up having a sex scandal and lost the governorship, and we got nothing. So we ended up losing money in the long run. So no. It was political. It was literally political. It's like when people try to pay with exposure, northern exposure. Boom. Jester's quality. Sorry, I don't. She's probably in one of the Trice fires. She's probably literally at the top of one of the towers of the Trice fires. The High Richter, a name like that, come on. I guarantee you, she's probably like in the like one of the best, if not the best places. Should start calling you Chutney. I literally said 2 seconds ago, stole my idea. It's like when people try. I'm trying to read the chat real quick when this slows down, but I don't want to miss things. Uh, and they were dicks about it. He got there so quick. He's like, da, 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 and then they were dicks about it. Look at. He did. He did look around. There was nothing there. I can work with this plan. We will retire for the night. Not us. They are retiring for the night. I feel like we are still not even halfway through this episode. What is this coming up? See how much this is brought up now? When Nod was doing this, I was like, this is going to turn into something that is not going to end. And it is still being talked about. And I still don't even know why Nod was doing it. I think Nod was just doing it to do it. Like, I can't imagine Nod was doing it for any other reason. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. He's setting up. I mean, it's funny. I don't mind if they are just going to go back and forth if it's funny. But I feel like Ford might legitimately think, like, I don't know for sure, but I think Ford might legitimately think that Not had a reason, or Travis is just playing back with him. I hope it's just Travis playing back and forth. I feel like it's a little bit of playing back and forth, but I feel like Travis kind of thinks there is something up. So yeah, I mean, Sam avoided it. Oh, listen to her. You're reading too much smut. You're knocking on the girls' doors. Oh, but look at her. I brought my tusk. Discarding the book. He actually referred to it as discarding the book, meaning he threw it away. Oh my God, what is not going to do? At this rate, it will be 2 to 5 years before Jay makes it to C3. He's apologizing though, Jay. I know. I know. I'm just busting him. I only acknowledged the fact it was discarded because I wasn't sure how he perceived it. But he's actually saying that, which is good that he's saying that because that's how I viewed it. I just wasn't sure if he actually thought that's what he did. He should have taken the cocked. The cocked. I love it. What? Oh my God. I love that he's playing into it. Wait. Oh my God. No way. Oh my God. I just can't help it. Oh my God. Molly, I mean, not for nothing. Talzin sold him out. Talzin shouldn't have done that. Like, Talzin was like a little tattletale that created this. Oh my God. What? That is like so random. I love the unnatural 20. I was not looking for shrimp. Big surprise. He wasn't looking for shrimp. What a waste of a natural 20. Waste of a natural 20. Uh-oh. Wisdom saving throw. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He's literally been dazzled. What is it? Glamored. It's like he's glamored like a vampire. I don't... I know he was looking for the academy thing. Yeah, I remember that, but why? Like, what? I figured that's why, but why? Like, it won't mean anything. This is like, I mean, I get it, but it's like almost like, but couldn't he just do it himself? Like, and I need him to be. Whoa, like, th- I don't know how deep this goes, but this is like, Sam is even creeping me out. Look at Sam's face. Look at, like, even Travis is locked in. I don't know how deep this goes, or if not, is just chaotic as always. Yeah, what do you need to be saved? Like, what are you talking about? Look at Jester. I mean, I have like chills. What? This went in a totally different direction than I was expecting. I'm expecting like a joke, and it's turning into like some sad darkness. Like, what's freaking me out is this could be just not being like, I mean, him being worried about a few people could be that he's just robbed everybody he's ever come across. Or it could just be that always people are trying to get him because she's different. She's a goblin. They look differently upon her. How long does his glamour work? Because he is going, this is like the greatest lie detector test ever. Uh, so cool. Yeah, like, I was going to say, how long does this last? This is like, you could go on asking all sorts of shit for like 5 minutes. Look at Jester. Jester is behind him saying, no, 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 no. I think he should do it. I want them to because, like, actually change what? Like his appearance? I would do it only because I feel like Ford is already going on his own adventure that we don't need. Like, give it to him. You're pretty handsome for a half monster thing. What a way to buy someone's affection. A kid monster thing. Now I'm a handsome monster thing. Yeah, a less handsome monster thing. I don't know if Sam is just being funny or actually going somewhere. Do you have any pictures of you as a fat kid? Oh my God. My MySpace account. I'm pretty sure somewhere I still have a MySpace account. I don't see. I feel like Caleb has more of a need for it. Pay attention to this part. It's kind of important. Not for nothing. I get why they did it, and not was wrong first. But I don't know how I feel about Talzin glamoring somebody and snitching on them. Even though Not is totally wrong for going through Ford's bag, I feel like it's just not being Not. And obviously, she was trying to get the letter to give to Caleb. It doesn't make Talzin snitching right. And then he used mind control and make an acrobatics check. And now look what's going on. Now there's an acrobat. I mean, like, it's just. Yeah, oh my God. I can't believe it. Molly, oh yeah, well, Molly. I'm saying Taliesin. Molly, I don't think should use powers on other group members. It's to me, it's like Professor X. I don't care if Professor X is the leader. and he's doing what he thinks is right and probably what is right. And I'm not saying Molly is wrong. I'm just saying it's you shouldn't use your powers on other members. You're using powers on members. Hold on. Is that really the end of Tusk Love? Did she just end? Did she ruin the end of Tusk Love? No, stealing is not okay. But it's one of those things like two wrongs don't make a right. I think not is wrong. But now I feel like Molly's wrong because Molly snitched and then used mind control. Not was wrong first. I 100% agree. But two wrongs don't make a right. And I feel like Not didn't use powers. You're using powers against another person. I always like in comic book movies and stuff like that. That to me is like the ultimate like betrayal is someone using powers against you where you can't control things. Like they just mind controlled Not. Like what if Not expose something that really shouldn't be exposed and they're like, "Oh shit." Like I know it's just that's dangerous territory. P.S. What is up, Lace Up Hockey? I don't think I've seen you. I don't think I've seen your name pop up yet. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm reading the subtitles and I'm like, got an eyelash in my eye. The Crick Nation gives me feels like Game of Thrones with the armor people. I'm imagining a large group of armored cricket people, like not cricket people, but I feel like I'm gonna. That's what I assumed the book was going to be. I assumed the book was going to be much more history, but I love that she's actually having a talk with Caleb. I hope this is the way they bond. Yes, I hope we're a book club now. Caleb and Bo book club. It should be a thing. Caleb and Bo's book club. I will join. I will come once a week and I watch them read books together till we establish a better bond. And you get a book. And you get a book. Tusk Love. Now it's not. Ken is not actually going to read a book, a smutty book. I feel like Not would get bored immediately reading anything. Richter. All right. Upper middle, lower middle. What movie is that? Caddyshack 2. Caddyshack 2. I consider myself middle. Upper middle, lower middle, middle, upper. Yeah, we need a plan. We can't just walk around going, we're looking for the high Richters. Why? Because. I love that Not is the one that thought of that. Brewers. I'm down. Let's do that. I love it. Let's do it. I want to do that. That makes perfect sense. We're from the Troston Brewery Company. Someone stole our shit. All right, circuit judge. I know me a circuit judge. I know what that does. I know who that is. Boom. Did we actually mention that before? I feel like we actually did mention having the Bombach thing, right? When she stole the 3 parcels from the kid. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure it's the parcel. Like one of the 3, he's like, oh, there's 3 parcels. Either way, I know what she's talking about. There was, at some point, I remember this. And it's funny that Sam said that. Did Sam say that knowing Bo had that? Because that was pretty clutch. Mail fraud is a very serious crime. That's a good question. That's a good question. The Timalt Storehouse. Timalt. What do I know that from? I know the name Timalt from something. What is Timalt from, guys? There's a show. Is that Shakespeare? Timalt? They're in Trustenwald, yeah. We're delivering beer. Yes. What if they're like, we are outraged by this. We are going right now and we're finding out and we're getting to the bottom of this. And then we're like, oh shit. And they go ask the Timalt. They stole our puppies. Stole our puppies. Puppy crimes. Yeah, because, I mean, what if she goes, oh, I know the Timalt family very well. I'll get right to the bottom of this for you. And then she immediately goes, you're full of crap. I just talked to them and they don't even know who you are. I called them on their cell phones. Ford, what time exactly of the day? Totally making a K, like, and Caleb's like, listen, mother. Fucking Uncle Caleb, fucking ass. That's what Caleb said. Yeah, the sewer's gonna be pretty freaking gross right now. Not everything is a reference, Jay. I love the trivia, but some things are just things. Yeah, we know that Not is quite good at popping locks, so there's not really too much of a concern otherwise with that. Not everyone except uh, I wonder if there'll be problems in the sewers. All right. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, do that. The Crown of Madness. I could have one guy beat the shit out of the other guy. I love it. Do it. Crown of Madness. Yeah, because how would you even get in trouble for that? How would they explain that? Some guy made me beat the shit out of the other guy? I mean, how would they prove it? Unless someone sees you cast it. Now, if someone's following us or someone sees him cast it, we got trouble. All right, what's. All right. I mean, just to get into the sewer. What is your spell DC? All right. It has worked. We saw him do that with. I feel like the last time we seen this was with the Knolls, right? I feel like the Knolls he did this. Uh, oh my God. I hope they don't kill each other by. I mean, what if the one guy kills the other guy? This is. We could have some innocent guards killing each other. Oh my God. Not nine? What? Break it. 14. Yeah, no, he's good. Oh my God. This is. I thought he was going to break right in with no problem. Oh my God. Jester just snapped a lock. I mean, I know Jester is strong, but damn. 14. He managed to keep it the whole time. How is this poor car like? How is the poor Crowns guard going to explain this? That guy's going to lose his job, probably get thrown in jail. But they busted the lock. I mean, they busted the lock. I mean, it could be explained as like, oh, when we were like rolling around and we fell on it, or I guess I don't know. It's not important right now. Yeah, now he's going to get arrested. This poor guy's going to lose his job, definitely arrested. Yeah, how do you explain? I mean, in this world, I guess they know these things exist, so maybe they'll attribute it to some crazy insanity. I think Jester is at like superhuman levels of strength at this point. I would imagine she was carrying some heavy ass things. Like, didn't she throw like two bodies on her shoulders and just stroll out? Then, whoa. I wouldn't be surprised if something's down here more. I mean, the rats, but maybe we're just going to make a quick getaway. All right. We made it back pretty quick. Yeah. Let's get our disguises. Let's go up there and make some moves. He's not wrong. Not is not wrong. Let's disguise ourselves. Blah, blah, blah. Disguise ourselves. Go give our horrible plan to the Richter. Well, all right then. Look at that. I like it. Her brewer's kit. So it looks like she's professional. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Another Ford, but I love it. Shorter female version. Just a little outline of a mustache, and she's female. Oh my God. Atlas Redux. I need to find a movie to torture you with someday. Only been requesting good ones in the past. Thank you very much, Atlas Redux. I have not seen you in a while. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. I don't know what that denomination is, but it says it's around $20 in the thing. So I appreciate it, Atlas Redux. And then you get it. I see what you're saying. I think you want a movie. That is a good way to get a movie, Atlas Redux. I mean, I think it's the same thing, but a little different. Are you watching Campaign 2, Atlas? I'll nag you on Patreon when I find it. Yeah, you just hit me up. You know where to find me. I appreciate you jumping in here. I feel like this is the first time I've seen you in a campaign live stream. All right. Finding the Richter. I just want to see, guys, but I feel like there's about another 30 minutes or so. I can't tell. I feel like there's about another 40 minutes or so. 30, 40. Your hours don't match up well. Norway. Well, I thank you for joining. Cheers. This is for Atlas Redux for jumping in. First shot of the live stream. I took one before the live stream. Cheers, Atlas Redux. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Look at Ford. Oh my God, I love it. And I even love that Ford's nose. He's doing the nose, like when you do that snooty sounding voice, your nose like flares. He's doing a nostril flare. The John Waters mustache. John Waters, I'm quite familiar. Gilded Villows. Oh my God, I love it. I love how Ford knows he's making a voice. Oh my God. And Jester's walking like him. Amazing. I think not. Oh, honey. Oh, Okay, honey, I love it. I love it. See, yeah, you got to be careful. You mentioned mimes with not. Oh, we're climbing out. Invisible rope. But now we're drawing attention. I'm not an idiot. Can Liam turn into Ford too? Could we all be Ford? She's not an idiot. Four of them could be Ford. Four of them, yeah, four of them could be. All right. Just going off of what you said, where there could be four people that could be Ford, I can't remember what it was, but there's a role playing game we used to play. And if you had enough members in your group, you could be like almost all the same looking character, and we would just do it as a joke because it looked ridiculous. But I don't think it ever affected you. I don't know. Caleb, what do you think? Maybe. I want to come. Oh, we got a new voice. All right. Yes, please. What is the name? I want names. Erickson. Leif Erickson. I'm thinking of Leif Erickson. Lawrence of Arabia. I'm just giving names so I remember. Leif Erickson, Lawrence of Arabia. Oh, oh my God. I loved it. Look at Ford. They're all, I'm loving it. See? At this, I feel bad because at the cost of Bo, we have all had a hearty laugh. But Not was the butt of the joke for a while. Francis Titmalt. Francis Timmelt. It's Timmelt. Titmalt. Francis Titmalt. Yeah, don't use that. Don't pronounce your last name wrong. The family business. Francis Timmelt. Yeah, send in the cat. Send in the cat. They don't like cats here in the Trispire? Honestly, I think people would like cats more in the Trispire because I feel like people with money would be like have more well, then maybe not. I guess that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just feel like I see a lot of rich people with like the little dogs that they carry around and the little cat. I feel like you'd see more of that than not. Not than not. Anyone picture the Three Amigos ending but with Ford? Yes. I picture the Three Amigos ending all the time. Natural 20. Natural 20. Ford is rolling high. Well, that went very well. Oh, she's a bitch. Oh, I hate her. Already. All right. I mean, we are visiting her at her home. I can't jump the gun that quick, but I feel like she's going to have an attitude. Dirk. All right. Well then. She must be going somewhere. I mean, it is fairly early. They said it was like around 10 o'clock. Brantley. Brantley was from Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. Brantley. I remember Brantley was the only Brantley I ever heard. Michael J. Fox. She's on her way to work, messing her up. I dig the way they're talking because it's like buyable. The tit molt. Oh man, see, she slipped up. But I mean, she caught herself. I just hope that doesn't affect it. And they took our puppies. Oh my god. And they took off. Oh my god, that's the word. It's like 101 Dalmatians or something. It's like as if it wasn't. I mean, maybe it'll take away from the distraction. They took our puppies. Oh my god. It's like, I don't know if that is like an icebreaker type of thing to say or makes us look so much worse. See, I kind of figured she'd be like, this isn't my job, but we just wanted to check her out. Oh, all right, light some fires. I don't blame him. Oh, you're bribing her now. I don't know about that. I don't know if she should have said that. Unless she's willing to be bribed. You're you went to the High Richter's house. She honestly didn't say it exactly. She just said she didn't say we'll flat out give you money. She said we'll pay you for like your help. That could be like I'm paying you for a service. But this is a crook. This is possibly a crooked person. All right, it seems to be doing something. See, the good thing here is that would have been something bad to say if you weren't dealing with a possibly crooked person. What do you think of the puppies? Look at Jester's face. Jester looks like so angry, but she can't rock the boat. Jester, be good. Jester looks like she wants to do something. I just hope Jester could hold her tongue long enough. I mean, like, it's funny right now. Like, Jester right now is on the cusp. Like how not goes too far sometimes. Jester's like right there. She's like walking a thin line right now. What is in my eye? My eye keeps getting blurry. All right, so we got a couple opportunities to break in if we need to, and we said we might have to ransack her place. So, okay, every time. Oh my god, what? That's what I was thinking the same thing. Matt was like, I don't get it. All right, now I get it. Matt, I think I'm like, what? Molly's like, I want to get a reaction after spilling something. I get what he's saying now. Oh shit. All right, so I mean, yeah, they punted Frumpkin. You embarrass me. Please make sure he's beaten. I mean, we got out of that pretty all right. Considering what just happened, we got out of that pretty all right. Caleb and little pole bear. It looks like a small Morticia Adams with a mustache. Mustache Adams. Mustache Adams. She did say that. That puppy should be fed to the larger kin. I don't like. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not eats dogs? Not eats dogs, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, I accidentally just clicked something. My bad, guys. Give me 5 milliseconds. Probably, yeah. There we go. But we're a different kind of asshole. Here's the difference. I say this all the time. We are different kinds of assholes. We're assholes that we don't treat. It's different. We don't treat people like that. Like, we don't just treat your average Joe like a piece of shit. This lady doesn't even know who we are, and she immediately just treats us like lower society. We don't treat people like lower class citizens. We're assholes in our own way. I'm an asshole. It's like the Dennis Leary song. I'm taking another shot. I'm going to read. The dude wrote a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to read it, but cheers. I just feel like taking another shot, and now I'm on the course. I forgot I wasn't taking shots, and now I'm catching up for lost time. I'm actually going to check my radiator because I feel like this is over in like 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, we have. Honestly, Liam is correct in everything he's saying right now. The Empire. For no immediate. Yes. There is no immediate compensation, and we are doing so much work. We'd be better off. I'm sorry, this sounds horrible, but we'd be better off just being like, yo, I mean, they are good folks, but we don't know them from Tom, Dick, and Harry. And we are literally helping them. Like, even if we don't need compensation, what if we're wrong? What if Ulag's wife is some crazy lunatic that robbed banks? I don't know these people. Yeah, we got to get some sort of compensation. That is fair. Good. We're all on the same page. Yeah, we like there is so many things. This to me is more work than going to fight the gigantic manticore and the spider. We literally like those were like all right, we go, we fight it, we get cash, boom, we're done. This is like you got to go find this person, you got to do this, you got there's a lot of steps and we don't even know if it's going to work. And we don't even know what we're getting. Just afternoon. This place is giving me a rash. I mean, honestly, this reminds me of one of those things where the Tri-Spires is probably this beautiful high society kind of place, but the people bring it down. I hate when you go to a place that's gorgeous and beautiful and stuff, but like the people and the atmosphere bring it down because they're just like snooty, shitty people. Like that, it ruins it. Do it. Pamphlets for the traveler. I like it. Welcome to the wonderful world of D&D. -1. Whoa. Guys, we're taking another shot. We have entered the most musical tavern ever. Look at this. 3 recycling bands. The smell. Did we get the name of this place? I didn't see the name. I don't think he said the name yet, but if he did, do tell. Ah. Ulag and, no- and Dolan are here. Okay. All right, this is how we can figure it out. We can establish now. It took us 45 minutes to walk here. Let's just get this figured out. Get to the bottom of this. Go over, be like, yo, we're very interested, but we need to know what we're getting out of this. It isn't even rude because Ulag literally said we've got coin that we've gathered for such a thing. So they've already offered compensation. We just didn't ask. Make a perception check. Is there anyone else in the tavern? Yes, he's right here. Song and Soup. Oh, yeah, the Song and Supper Inn. Thank you. Song and Supper Inn. I did see that. Cheers to the Song and Supper Inn. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We're almost at 50. Now I have the hiccups because I drank too many. All right. Yes. I think we should roll up with our entire group, be like, listen, we want to know what you're paying us, but we're letting you know you got 6 strong right now. Frumpkin number 7. You got people. We got warriors. Yeah. No, let's show them our cards. You got to show what you're working with. You can't just be like, "Yeah, we got a crew." Let's all be like, "Yo, here's what you're dealing with. What are you paying?" Well, Bo, you don't have to get too crazy. Tanya Fancy Bottoms here. You don't have to get. Bo's like, "Is that a problem?" Like, we don't want to start fights. Don't be aggressive. Dolan Thyme, Tanya Bottom. What was it? Tanya Fancy Bottom? I know, you can't. Bo can't get an attitude right now. These people, you're just constantly bringing people that they've never met before. Everybody makes them uncomfortable. Yeah. Bo. Bo too aggressive. I love Bo, so I'm not going to be as mad at her, but that's aggressive. These are guys who just are afraid of anybody because they're about to commit underground crimes in politics. And you're constantly bringing people. It isn't that she's who she is. It's that every time these people see you, you have new friends that you're bringing. That's like very odd. Like imagine you were about to commit a crime. And every time you did, your friend just brought a new face that you didn't even know. And your friend wasn't even your friend. All right, he's going to offer. He's throwing an offer. Are there any concerns? Dude, and we did do some recon, so you can say that. Like, we'll even guarantee. I'll say you got give me 100 up front and the rest when it's done. That's it. Look at Liam. Caleb, a Bo too. Oh shit. All right, wait. Oh, so we're gonna gut near like 1,000. All right, I'm in. You got me. All right, Ulag, we will let these fuckers burn. 502 or whatever it was, we're up to almost a grand. I said if it's around a grand, I'm in. I'm a man of my word. What do we got? We got 115, another 53. I don't know. We're around just under 700. I'm good. I'm good. They made good on their promise of coin. I'm in. Let's mess around. Let's get this. These seem like good people. Now I'm totally down. That's over 100 apiece. Yeah, we don't got to fight nobody. We don't got to kill nobody yet. Right now we're just doing some like shady business. I mean, in my mind, they're still getting a deal. Under 700, we got to do a lot of shenanigans. Yeah. Yeah, no party. We'll party after when we get 700 gold. Oh, can we get party members? Yes! We're gonna get Ulag? Like, is he gonna be a playable character? Like, do we get like a guest? I wonder if we get a celebrity guest that will be Ulag or something. The fact that one person is joining and it's Ulag who's got some skin in the game and giving us 500 gold. All right. All right, cool. That was. Oh, yes. So we could, in case we got to frame somebody, which we're supposed to do. Like a K produces a K. So an R with a K on the other. All right. So now we got to start throwing this around. Well, like at least making it known or just throw it there and people acknowledge it as that. But we need this to like be recognized as that. The Knights of Requital. And then we got to come up with a new name after the fact because we're going to lose that. I love it. uh, yes. I think we're in, right? I think we're in now. Mhm. What is Liam? Look at Caleb's face. Like when I'm referring to Liam, his face, I can't call him Caleb, right? Because that is Liam's face. Is that supposed to be Caleb's face? I'm wondering what Caleb is thinking. Because I think that's a fair amount of money. I like the offer. Honestly, I thought it'd be higher, but I also understand these are regular people. And then we will also get in the good graces of people. So now we have both. Now we'll get 700 and have friends in high places. Not. Caleb's the only one that looks hesitant. My hackles are up. I've never heard that. I had something caught in my cheek, like my tooth. I got it. It's good. All right. For some reason, I thought Caleb was going to be like, it's not enough. Because I was thinking, honestly, that isn't as much as I would have thought, like I said. But hey, it sounded like he just said bidet. Maybe I just heard it weird, but it sounded like he just said bidet. I think it sounds fun. Sure, why not? Cheers again, because I know it's going to be over in like 5, 10 minutes. I've never eaten a dog. Yeah, I feel like I'd be really weird about it too, Jester. I can't believe this. Like, the people are cruel. Kicking cats, saying they should feed puppies to their older dogs. Yes. We're in. I want to see what Ulog and Dolan. Fancy bottom name is one name you could try. Yeah, we're already lying about our names. That probably isn't the best way to start a relationship. I mean, I honestly don't think they could fault us for using fake names, though. Leaky tap basement it is. Shh. Should we maybe ask somebody about the body in the basement? All right. I dig it. Till tomorrow. Bless you, Marisha. Bo. Yeah. Hey, you don't leave a soldier behind. You got to kill the drinks. Ulag seems like a hearty drinker. Has any been watching us? I like that. Oh, that's not good. Level 3, mother. No. Yeah, I think Kara was just excited. I don't think that's anything suspicious. Oh, that could be dangerous, though. This is going back to what I said before. I have a strong thing against using powers and abilities on so called friends. He's saying that you think they'll understand that we mind controlled you to find out if you're lying. That's like complete distrust. Like if you basically have no choice but to trust someone at their word. If you go to that level, then they're going to say, "How could I trust you when you just did that to me without my knowledge?" That runs into big problems. Lord Sutan. Yeah, I know. Like besides what they said, Lord Sutan. Make a perception check. 15. We might be able to catch him on the way out. You could run after him. Ford's running him down. I like it. Good. Oh my God. Oh my God. This could be so dangerous. I mean, that's funny and everything, but that might bite us in the ass because now he just ran down Ulog in the street and then ran back. I know he did say, "Oh, you dropped your money." I mean, they did play it off, but I just hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the ass. It probably won't. Yeah. I'm sure he's fine. At dawn we plan. I feel like forging his hand is something that somebody would be capable of. At dawn we plan. I feel like Not or somebody is going to be the forger. Up. I mean, I feel like the next episode is going to be a lot of stealthily ninja tactics. Nothing really battle-y. My God, I feel like that one ended on such like a. It just like kind of went right into it. They didn't really say anything. Because it's like there's really nothing. Like right now, everything is all like up in the air. There's nothing like, oh my God. Let's see what Matt has to say. But they could still be shady and circumvent questions. They can choose not to say anything, but they can't lie. You can ask people if they will agree to it, though. Bear claws. Didn't we have that in the campaign? He bought like a dozen bear claws. Does she actually have bear claws? Is that it? I think that's it. I mean, I know he said that was it, but I don't know. Matt sometimes goes forever. I'm going to read through the comments in a second. All right, that's it. Matt is done. Take care, Matt. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything bonusy that I should watch. Let me just remake everything else. Let me take off the clock and Matt Mercer. And I think that's good. All right, guys. So that is, it's funny, like about halfway through, as soon as we started changing disguises and everything started getting wacky with Not, I honestly think it was when Ford and Molly trapped Not in the room and tricked her by putting the fancy jeweled up flask and everything. I think as soon as that happened, it totally like woke me back up. I was like literally like I jumped into the live stream and I'm like, oh my God, I have never been so tired for a live stream in my life. It's like already late and I'm dying. And I that like totally shot me up. So I'm totally back. That's why I wasn't drinking a lot. I basically was like sitting here like if I drink, I feel like it'll make me more tired. But then once I woke up and everything started rolling, I don't know if Atlas Redux is still here. Yes, he is. I really bloody had to do so though. It's really bloody hard to do though. I was like, I'm reading this wrong. Atlas Redux, sorry, I didn't acknowledge it more, but thank you so much for the donation. Maybe I did acknowledge it. I don't know. Thank you for the donation. I'm going to take another shot for you. I haven't seen you in a while. Atlas Redux has been around for many a moon, has had me do movie reactions on Patreon. If you do Patreon, there's a tier level where you could react. You could have me react to any show or movie you want. It's like a Patreon thing. So Atlas Redux has done that before. Atlas Redux, I feel like I've known you at this point for like 3 years. It's got to be like well over 2 years that I've known Atlas Redux. So cheers, my friend. Cheers. If you haven't liked the stream yet, go now. Ray, 100% correct. So I think it was Rated that in the beginning, Rated said he was going to judge whether or not I got a thumbs up or not based on how I reacted to a certain point. Rated, are you still in the chat? I'm curious to see what Rated picked as the scene, because Rated said there is a certain part of this episode specifically that they were waiting on me to react to, that they were, obviously it was a joke, I'm assuming. I'm saying obviously, but I don't know, because Rated's been in all the live streams. So I'm assuming one way or another I will earn a like, a thumbs up from Rated. But Rated said they were going to determine that based on my reaction. Have you had the chance to watch, so you want to start... Wait. Jay, have you had the chance to watch, so you want to start watching Critical Role yet? Is that a video? Oh, yes, the one... I have watched part of it. The guy who did that video, unless I'm mistaken, was fairly new channel, but I started watching part of it, and then I was like, this is definitely what I want to watch before I start watching Critical Role, but I still didn't decide how to do it yet, so I figured I'd hold off on watching the rest of it, but I did watch part of it, and I know the thing you're talking about might have been the not sneak thing. I'm dipping, by the way. Bye-bye, folks. Canadian Kaz, take care. Brando Man, ignored. There is a new person, Brando Man. If you're still in the chat, I see you put ignored LOL, but I don't know what you said earlier. She shouldn't have said make people tell the truth. Circle of truth just lets you know if they're lying. Okay, circle of truth just lets you know if they're lying. Okay. We're talking about back when I was saying that. If you're in the radius, you know that the spell was cast on you. See, that's what I have a thing against. We're talking about the spell casting and stuff. I just feel that for whatever reason, and I feel like some of you would agree with me, if not majority, because it's the right answer and I'm 100% right. No, I mean, it's debatable, I guess, but I've always felt I don't care who's wrong or right. It doesn't give you the right to use abilities on other people, especially your party members or especially people you're about to get involved with a job. These people are about to pay you 700 gold to do a job. And then Ford is like, I don't think they'd be too upset if we like cast a spell on them to find out if they're telling the truth. You guys, I think, are telling me though that if they do that, it'll only tell them whether or not they're telling the truth. So it's basically, you're trying to tell me, well, they're only getting caught if they're lying, but it still shows them that you don't trust them. And yes, you wouldn't trust them, but there's got to be some like line drawn. You can't just take it upon yourself to be like, well, I thought you were lying, so I mind controlled you or I used this thing. There is some line that needs to be drawn where you have to just have some sort of trust. If you do that, then they're going to think, well, now I don't trust you because you went behind my back and you did this because you didn't trust me. So how do I know I could trust you? I want to mind control thingy you now so that I know that you're not. And you can say, well, fine, then do it. And it's like, no, it shouldn't be about whether or not you're going to let me do it. You shouldn't have done it to begin with. It's not your choice. It's not your choice to tell me, well, I didn't know if you were lying or not, so I did this mind thingy on you. It's like in everything, not just this, like in superhero movies, and like look at Wanda. Like Wanda, like the second you start letting people do shit like that, they lose their freaking mind, and then they're like, well, I did it for this reason, because this and this, and then you just start losing control. And then they make an excuse for everything. And it's like, well, every time I have a doubt, I'm just going to mind control you. And then I'm going to mind control Jester and Not and Caleb. And then no one trusts you anymore because you've just committed everything. And yes, Not was wrong for stealing Ford's thing or attempting to steal Ford's thing. But two wrongs don't make a right. You should immediately nip it in the bud. Not stop stealing our shit. We understand you have a complex where you can't not steal shit, but you got to stop. You don't mind control her. The worst thing to do is to trick her into stealing something again and then mind controlling her into telling you everything she just told you or whatever the heck they did. That makes it 10 times worse in my mind. They should have just confronted Not. Like, that's the best way to handle things in real life too. If you got a problem, like in my life, if I have a problem with somebody, I don't orchestrate this elaborate plan to catch them in the, I literally go right to their face and say, hey, asshole, I heard you were trying to steal my shit. If I find out you stole my shit again or attempt to steal my shit again, I'm going to have words with you. End of story. That's all you need to know. Whether or not they meant it or not, or it's intentional or not, now they know you mean business. Not is this small little goblin girl. She'll be intimidated if a scary Ford comes up to her and says, Not, we're buddies and everything, but don't go through my shit or I'm going to have words with you. I feel like that would scare Not enough to make Not stop screwing around. And if not, then we'll have words. But tricking her and then having Molly, and not for nothing, I don't agree with Molly, snitching. Molly snitched. Like, Molly should have been like, I want nothing to do with it. I'm just going to keep to myself. And then Molly even went a step further and assisted Ford in the mind controlling of it. I don't know. I think that whole thing was wrong on many accounts. And yes, Not started it. Not is wrong and Not started it. But Not, in my mind, is less understanding of what is right and wrong, to the point where it would have been better if you just intimidated the shit out of her and scared her and was like, hey, cut the shit, instead of doing what they did, because Not is so fragile. I feel like Not has a fragile mind and doesn't think like normal people or things or like creatures. So like she's got to be handled differently, and they did not handle it properly, is what I'm saying. And there's my rant. Yeah, but only the caster knows who succeeds and fails. So it is definitely not foolproof. It is also the principle of the matter. Playlist B. I just realized you're new. Welcome, my friend. No, they can't lie at all. They can still tell half truth and circumvent it, but it's very difficult. You don't know how the spell works. Brando Man is still here. Hello, Brando Man. I'm gonna cough now. Everyone in the radius has to tell the truth. If they all stand in it and all agree to let them, the spell takes effect. If that's the case, I just go on my rant and then I go in the chat. If that is the case, then if everyone agrees, that is okay. Using charm type spells, good or bad, it depends on what type of character you create. Yeah, hey, if the dude JB is right and that is what they do and it's a group decision, we all agree, hey, we're going to get into this circle and we're going to all agree on this, that's completely fine. I just don't want, the way they handled the not situation, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That isn't what happened. Like that, I'm assuming they're going to do something similar with what they did to not. That's what's in my head. And the way they handled not was not right in my mind. It's much more fun to listen to his rants this way. I will, yes, it's usually at the end of the rant, I usually go through and then I apologize if I'm wrong. I just want to get everything in my head out. I want you guys to see what I'm thinking when I'm thinking it. I don't want like things I'm reading to manipulate the thoughts in my mind because they might be wrong and then I'll get confused and be like, oh, and then I'll stop. I want you guys to know exactly where I'm coming from so you don't think like, Jay, you're wrong. Maybe I am wrong, but at least maybe I'm right if I'm thinking incorrectly, which I might have been. So if we all agree and we all go in a radius and everything, that's fine. But only the caster knows who succeeds and fails, so it is definitely not foolproof. Oh, see, but playlist B is saying that there is a flaw in that, or am I thinking of two different things? If they did not use the spell, we would have not gotten such a great not scene. You're 100% right, Patricia. The problem with my disagreements is usually the way they do it is way more entertaining. So I don't hate it. I'm just saying like, oh my God, I wouldn't do this or I disagree with this. Like honestly, I just feel bad because Not's one of my favorite characters. And I feel like Not more than anybody, like I feel like you guys are trying to tell me in the other episode that Caleb should be handled differently. I'm basically telling you that I'm saying the same thing for Not this episode. How Caleb, you guys are saying like it's a socially awkward thing. He has like some kind of disorder. It's like he's homeless for a long time. So I have to handle Caleb differently because of these situations. I kind of agree to a certain extent, but with Not, I think more so than any of the characters in our group, that Not should be handled with gloves, like white gloves. We have to handle Not differently. Why? Because Not is younger. Not, I was told, or it was in Livestream or in a separate comment or whatever, that Not ages much quicker. So she could be in like human years, she could be way younger than I imagined she was. And she clearly has a dark past. And I've said before that your dark past shouldn't affect the way you interact with people. But I don't feel like Not is doing the things she's doing in a rude way. Some of the things Bo does, and Bo's my favorite, but I'm going to bring Bo into this too. Some of the things Bo does and some of the things Caleb does come off extremely rude, and I feel like they know they're being rude. That's the difference to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just spitballing ideas here. I feel like Bo and Caleb intentionally, maybe, all right, that's the wrong word. Not intentionally, but they know they're being rude. Maybe they do it because they're just like quick to talk or quick to act. And then they're like, oh, that was rude, but they don't acknowledge it, or they will, but it's like almost like too late, or they half-ass the apology. Not doesn't ever apologize because I don't think Not even realizes that she's entering that realm. Caleb and Bo more so than Caleb, and Caleb more so than Not. I feel like Not doesn't even realize she's in that realm of not understanding. So I have to handle Not differently. In human terms, she would be like 25, 30 years old. Oh, Not would be. Okay. I love the ranting. Ha ha ha. Yes, I love my ranting. I want to go, I'm not just ranting for the sake of ranting, even though I do rant often. I'm these are all the things I'm thinking about, and I want to get across to you guys the way I'm thinking. It's not that I want all the knowledge you're giving me, and maybe I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong about a lot of things. And this is just like my real world experience and opinion is like I just handle different people. I mean, I handle people differently. And I feel like based on the things we have learned, that Not is just like much more fragile a person. I just want to make sure if you can manage to believe your lies, if you can manage to believe your lies, you will be able to speak those lies while under the effect of the zone of truth. See, that's also a thing. I've seen people beat lie detector tests. So who's to say that these tests, like, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if Atlas Redux is saying this as an actual fact or an opinion, but it is possible that you could beat a lie detector test. People do it all the time. So is it possible that you could beat a spell? Why wouldn't you? What if you rolled high perception? Like, I don't know. I feel like there would be ways to beat the spell or something, which to me means that, like was said, it isn't foolproof. I don't know. I just don't agree. I mean, if everyone agrees to it, if we all go in a circle and everyone agrees to it, knowing these things, then hey, I'm fine with it. You can't beat a magical effect. You have to save against that you fail on. I love it because no one rants about things they don't care about. And so I like that you care so much already. I mean, you're correct. I've told people this. This is in most of my reactions. The shows I talk, the shows that have the longest intros and exits are probably the shows I enjoy the most because I have so much to say about them and they frustrate me and anger me, but it's because I care. It's like I wouldn't, if I didn't care, perfect way to put it, Callisto Warrior Queen. If I didn't care about Caleb, I probably wouldn't freak out as much as I do. I feel like Caleb was in my top 3 for a very long time, and then he just started making weird choices. Like, my thing is, if he was in my top 3 to begin with, and his choices didn't affect that, then why are his choices affecting that now? We're 40 hours in to me knowing Caleb. Not more than that. We're like 50 or 60 hours in to knowing Caleb. So if all of a sudden I'm starting to dislike him based on the way he's acting, he was in my top 3 for the first 20 hours. I don't know, maybe because we're in like different world experiences and stuff. I just feel like he's been making weirder choices that I'm not used to. Cheese and crackers. I have not seen you. I did read your comment, but I didn't realize it was cheese and crackers. Hello, cheese and crackers. I'm going to take a shot for you because I got to kill this. I told you guys I had 8 shots worth of drinks. This is shot number 4. I had 8 shots lined up, chilled to perfection, and I totally forgot because I just got like totally sucked in. I get passionate as my family puts it. LOL. Yes, I get, guys, if you want to see, if you think this is me being passionate, Battlestar Galactica, hands down, I don't even think I have to think about it, was my most frustrated, passionate show ever. I would sometimes talk for 10 or 15 minutes after an episode and freak out about Apollo. Apollo and other characters frustrated and pissed me off to no end that I would literally just scream and yell angrily, like angrily scream and yell, like wanting characters to die every episode. Battlestar Galactica, if you want to see rants, that's some rants. And they're all on Patreon. You can go check them all out. I finished the season like a month ago, the series. I finished the entire series a month ago. I only think 1 episode is on YouTube, and I finished the whole series. But yes, real world, there is no such thing as a lie detector test, arguably functional. You're right, Daniel O'Day, 100% agree. There is no such thing as a lie detector test. Arguably, I'm pretty sure someone has beaten every type I've seen. Now, it is very hard to do, and some are way rarer than others to beat. But like somebody somewhere out there has been seen or known to have beaten everyone that I've seen. Maybe there's a new one. Maybe there's some new high-tech lie detector test type thing. But I mean, they're willing to bet like you got a 99% chance, 99.9% chance maybe. But that to me only means that you have 1 out of 1,000 people that could beat a lie detector test. 99.9% means 1 out of 1,000 can beat that. I mean, it depends on what your percentage is, but you know what I'm saying. It's possible. Rambo, Marion Ravenwood, what is up? I have not seen your BSGs actually. It is the time to watch them because you don't have to wait. I literally was doing 1 a week for over 2 years. Only on Patreon. It was a Patreon exclusive. I released 1 episode on YouTube just to let people know that I was doing it. But I did 1 a week for over 2 years, and I finally finished it like a month ago. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. The finale was a little odd, but I won't spoil it for people. Also, I really, really need to make this point. Not is super not afraid of Ford. See, I don't know. Ford, but I feel like if Ford got in Nott's face, I feel like right now Nott is not afraid of Ford because Ford comes off very friendly and charismatic. I feel if Ford was like in your face, like you guys see me, I'm a very nice person. You guys see me all the time. I usually get frustrated about things, but I'm not a mean person. When I need to be mean, I am a very angry, mean person, but I'm not mean because I am only mean and nasty when I need to be. Like if fights break out at the arcade or somebody like robs me or does something bad to my family, then the devil comes out of me. But that's what I was saying before when I was like, Ford needs to put his foot down. Sometimes you need to show people your dark side and like let the darkness come out and the evil side. Otherwise, people will walk all over you and like take advantage. So somebody tries to rob your shit, you put the fear of God in them. And then you say, I don't ever want to be that person again in front of you. But please don't ever try to steal my academic letter. And then hopefully they don't do it. And then if they do it, the only problem with that is if you do it and then they do it again, now you have to do something. That's the only problem. A lot of people I know tell me, I don't want to be that person because then when they do that, I either have to do what I said or look like I'm a bullshitter, like I am a liar, and I look weaker because of it. So some people are afraid of doing that because if you're called out and you are bullshitting, then you look weaker, but I am never bullshitting. Like I've said to you guys before, even if I think I'm going to lose against somebody in a fight or something like that, if I make it a point to be like, hey, this is the way something is, and then they call me out on it, I'm like, shit, I'm going to take a beating. But I'm going to let them know that I will take a beating and they're going to take a beating too. Like it's going to be a group effort. We're going to beat the crap out of each other. But maybe next time they'll think twice and be like, I know that if I do this, Jay's going to beat me up, but Jay's going to take a beating too. But it's just like, we don't need to do that. I mean, sort of like, all right, I got to see where we're at now. Harrison Ford. Are we talking? Oh, Marion Ravenwood. We're just naming things now. Issue is, it's the other way. Tells the truth. Test. Says they're lying. Daniel O'Day. Yes, you're talking before about I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to catch up to where it seems like the intention was for Ford. Whoa. I think something just changed. I mean, sort of. Oh, there might have been a spoiler. Whoa, fell asleep for a bit there, missed the last half hour. Sorry for everyone. Real world. All right, I did catch up. I think there was spoilers maybe. I don't know. People retracted comments. I don't know if it was a spoiler. But we're going to take a shot. I think I'm going to call it. I woke up. I miraculously woke up halfway through the insanity that ensues. That's what like you guys are saying right now. Honestly, I almost half think they make the choices they make just to make it more entertaining. Even if it is in the characters themselves, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it is definitely more entertaining the way they do it. I just sometimes find it out of the character of the character. I find it like not in the character to do it. I don't know. And I also don't want to look badly upon the people I like. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like Molly is just rubbing me the wrong way. Molly hasn't done a whole lot. Molly is kind of just, I understand Molly's kind of the outcast. Like Molly's all by himself and Nott and Caleb have each other and Jester and Bo and Ford had each other. But I feel like I feel like Molly is kind of doing things that I wouldn't recommend you do if you're trying to get into the good graces of everybody in the group. Even though no one else might be making a big deal out of it, I feel like Caleb might even look down. If like, put it this way, if Not goes and tells Caleb what happened, and then Caleb looks at it like Molly and Ford ganged up on Not, even if Not was wrong to begin with, it might look like to Caleb like, hey, you guys ganged up on Not, and then you mind controlled her or did something to her to make her tell you her entire, or not her entire, but somewhat of her backstory against her will. I feel like that is insanely manipulative, and Caleb might look at it like a very bad, rotten thing, and I wouldn't blame him. Molly is definitely that kind of character. I guess that's what it is, that's just Molly's character. And honestly, it did make it insanely more entertaining, but it makes me think very poorly of Molly. The heck was that? I just heard like a demon come out of the shadows. Not, you're fine. They dealt with it before you could see. No, Jay, you're okay. I didn't see anything. Hey, Jay, I have an idea. Get a D20 and roll it at the end of the stream just for funsies. I will get one. I might even have one. You guys let me know, was a D20 die ever used in Magic the Gathering? Because somewhere in my closet or my attic, I have a box of Magic the Gathering stuff, and I remember having die, but I don't remember what sided they were, and I had a bunch of them, but I don't remember if they ever used 20-sided die in Magic. I don't think we did, and I don't even know if they were the same kind of die. No, that's a spin down counter. Check. Oh, wait, what are we saying here? Hey, Jay, blah, 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 blah. Molly is definitely that. Or you could roll during some of our cast rolls. Like, I will definitely do it. Pivotal moments. Yeah, Molly and Caleb took a while to grow on me. In my desk drawer. No, that's a spin down counter. Check. Magic the Gathering D20 is not a D&D D20. Okay. I've seen that before, but yeah, I didn't have a favorite character till like episode 50. Went through the same thing with M9, but off screen. Jay, you got to remember some of the between Not and Ford is just the players messing with each other. That's what I've started realizing. To be honest with you, I've never done anything like this before. So you guys have watched through campaign 1. You got to remember, I didn't watch campaign 1. So a lot of this is fresh to me. I've never in my life sat down and watched something like this. I've never seen something where it is like a role-playing game that is completely acted out from beginning to end, where you see every like aspect of it. I've played video games, but like even that is like different because it's you and yourself, and you don't see the opinions and the thoughts of other people, let alone in a chat format where I'm reacting to it. Like I'm experiencing this for the first time with you guys as we go. It is all just happening all together. So not only am I experiencing this for the first time, but I'm talking to you guys and you're helping me understand it all. It's weird and different. I mean, all in all the right ways. I love it, and I wouldn't be doing it this long if I wasn't enjoying it. It's just, to me, it's a very interesting way to deal with it, like to experience it. Because I feel like if I watch campaign 1 by myself, like you guys did, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to react to campaign 2. I feel like I'd be so much more prepared for the way they would handle things, like the way they portray the characters and the way they use the banter to entertain us and stuff like that. Because you obviously want to entertain your audience, and we're in campaign 2 now, so they obviously know this is something that was successful. It isn't like campaign 1 where they were building as they went. They were already pretty much at this point, weren't we already in like the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of viewers or subscribers? I can't remember. I can't remember if I'm confusing Vox Machina, because I remember during the Scanlan songs, we were already in the tens of thousands during Scanlan songs, and that was early in campaign 1. So they have to be in like the hundreds of thousands when this actually aired. Because I know now it's in the millions. When I watch these episodes, right now they're in the 4 to 5 million view range. what were these at when they dropped? Like, how many subscribers did they had when campaign 2 at this point was actually dropping? Because I just feel like this is something that, like, I've never seen anyone react to any of the campaigns or anything like this. It's just like a different kind of thing. But it's like, as I'm watching, this is something you guys have already seen. So as I'm watching and as I'm learning, you guys already know the end result. So you might have a different opinion of characters and people and, I mean, things. It's just interesting. An MTG, Magic the Gathering D20, is used for tracking health. It's not a randomized. I've got some MTG 2013 D20s, so could be possible. The D&D and Magic D20s are similar for most purposes. If you are not trying to cheat on your rolls, it should be fine. Travis and Sam really like messing with each other. Sam with Travis and Lauren, or Laura and Sam, and Laura and Liam. Okay, so you got your little dynamics of banter. It's very different type of storytelling. I might have missed other things. I have some multiple-sided die in that desk. I'll check it out later. Marion Ravenwood, I'll check out the die in the desk later. We're finally hitting the party stride now. I'll be interested to see... Whoop! I just missed it. I'll be interested to see your reactions going forward. A lot of interesting things ahead. McGuigan. Did I feel like maybe I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Jay, you got to remember some of this is between not and for it is just the player. Okay, I already read that. I'm catching up. Oh, wow. I did not know that with the MTG die. You're also more prepared for C1 now, and it's definitely more important to be prepared for C1. It's tougher and harder to get into. They finished campaign 1 with 55,000 live viewers. If that gives you an indication, holy crap. So they were finishing campaign 1 with already 55,000 live? My God. You're watching Talks Machina so you get to know the cast interactions with each other and tell when it's just them poking fun. See, I feel like if I caught up on Talks Machina, I would probably understand that more. I finished episode 2 today. Today I finished episode 2. I didn't post it yet because I got to edit up the intro and the exit. Episode 3, I'm going to try to do this weekend. But I mean, I've got to do like some rapid fire on Vox. Like maybe 1 week, I'll do one every day so that I could catch up. Because I could easily do one a week. But I'm like so behind the 8 ball now on Talks Machina. I have 2 parts per Talks Machina. And there is still 8 episodes I got to catch up on. Counting, yeah, well, there are going to be 9 when I start 12 tomorrow. Because I also got to start episode 12. So maybe 1 week I'll take off. I mean, I am getting way ahead on all my other videos. So now that I'm getting way ahead, my dad's doing better. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. The summer's coming. Maybe I will literally take a week off and just blow through Talks Machina. And I mean, they're about an hour and 15 minutes each. So it would take, it's about a 10 or 12 hour marathon I have to do. I'd have to do about 12 hours and then we'd be good. So maybe I'll do it. Let's see. We'll see. Campaign 2, episode 1. What is that from? Nuck and Futz. Was that over both platforms? I thought it topped out higher. They had 150,000 people watching live when C2 episode 1 aired. Damn. You're watching okay, we saw that. So that was the comment that Lisa Pocky was saying. Critical Role played campaign 1 for 2-ish years at home before they were, yeah, I remember somebody told me that. And they their co-workers / friends before that. Yes, somebody told me that campaign 1 was rolling for a while. And they took our puppies is top 10 Jester lines of campaign 2, in my opinion. Honestly, that was epic. Definitely the way it went down, I was a little concerned. I enjoyed it based on the fact that the lady, what was her name? High Richter. What was it? I'm missing a word. The High something Richter, the High Richter. I feel like I'm missing a word in there. There was 3 words. Whatever it was, she was already coming off like a bitch. She was acting like an ass. So I don't blame Jester. I'm actually surprised that Jester didn't go nuts further when she made the comment about feeding the puppies to the larger of kin. Target has official D&D sets for about $10. I'll definitely get a kit. I'll get a kit of die. And I'll even get the wormwood. I'm not kidding. I want an excuse to buy the wormwood dye thing. What do you like? Could I like? Would it be ridiculous for me to buy the wormwood dye thing just to roll the D20 for live streams? I think not. Right? I don't mind if it's a little pricey. I really want the purple. What is it called? Purple heart wormwood. I saw it the other day. It was on one of the live streams we did. Matt was showing it off. I want no, do it. Ray, I think I'm going to do it. If you guys, I don't want it to be like, Jay, that's a little overkill to roll one D20 die to have like a giant thing. But I think that would be like, I want it. I want to buy one. When he was showing it the other day, I'm like, what excuse would I have to buy that? So this might be that excuse. Etsy has some great ones though. The YouTube live stream is newer. They're referencing the Geek and Sundry Project alpha live streams. Yeah, Talks definitely gives a ton of insight into the motives. Oh, Amy France. Hello, Amy France. Ray, I think I said hi to you too, but I sometimes feel like I've missed some of you. Nuck and Futz, pretty sure I acknowledged you. I like to give everyone a shout out at least once, because I see you all are always involved in the chats, and I want to make sure that you know I see you. Amy France, that's the first time I've seen you in a bit. Maybe I've missed you in the rest. Talks definitely gives a ton of motive. I see, it makes me want to blow through it. And honestly, now that in the last week or two, specifically the last week or two, I have been getting all caught up on Patreon and stuff like that. I've been so chaotic with my dad and stuff. You guys know the deal with my father. Everything's better. He finally got his echocardiogram back, which is like the major thing. I think I might have told you last week, but it was all great news. He is on the road to recovery, so I could finally start jumping hardcore back into the stuff. 45 likes. Yes, guys, like and subscribe if you haven't. I like to always crack 50. We usually always do get close or crack 50. And then by the time everyone else catches up, because a lot of people don't watch it when we do it live, they watch it later. So like and subscribe. Let your inner dice goblin out. All right, I'm going to do that then. Need to get 2 D20s for advantage, disadvantage, and makes the tower even more fun. You guys, I'm not joking. Tell me what you think I should get, because there are things I've been wanting to get. I'm waiting on the bow, the sideshow, hot toys, whatever you want to call it. It has been delayed. You guys know this. I told you I already pre-ordered the Ford one. I couldn't resist. I pre-ordered the Ford one. They said they're delayed, but it still says the month of May is possible. So I might get the Ford and the bow, 1 foot tall hot toys, sideshow toys. It's sideshow. I always think it's slideshow, but it's sideshow toys. But I'm always looking for excuses to buy stuff. So you guys let me know what would make sense for me to buy to do things on the live stream, because I'm looking for things to do to incorporate things. We could even make like a drinking game out of something maybe. But I'll get 2 D20s. I'll get a wormwood box. Is it called Purple Heart? I feel like it was Purple Heart Wood. But I'm not positive about that. So need to get 2 D20s for advantage, disadvantage. You should do it. Emily, Mary, 135. Forgot about Alpha. Wonder if that's a sign of something. Probably 3 or 4, just in case you have to send the dice to jail. What is that, in case it's bad luck or something? Like you get a bad luck die? Are there custom die? There's got to be custom die, right? There's got to be like really fancy custom die. I feel like I'm into stuff like you guys can see. I'm like a fan of buying ridiculous, expensive adult toys. Like if it's worth it. I mean, I'm not just going to like piss money away for the sake of doing it. But if I see something that I'm like, I work hard, I don't spend my money a whole lot. Like if I see something that looks to like the bow, like I told you, bow, when I saw the bow sideshow toy, I was like, could I justify spending $170 on an action figure? And I did, because it just looked so friggin' cool. And I don't often spoil myself. I've driven the same car for the last 8 years. I like never go out. I'm always home. I'm always working. I deserve some fancy adult toys. Anyway, yes, Purple Heart, cheese and crackers. It's good to have at least 2 sets of die. You could get some pretty amazing ones. Glad your dad is doing good. I appreciate it. Is Wormwood still making the CR dice towers or trays? I'm wondering. I've spent over $600 just on dice. So no, like I don't think you're going that crazy. You were at 50 when I joined. Oh, okay. Maybe let's see if I update it. I'm going to update it. Maybe I'm not going to update it. Now I'm going to update it. I still think it still says I'm at 44 likes, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe people took away my likes. They hate me now. Just finished praying for Ford. Just finished paying for Ford. Should get it in the next month. Then I need to pre-order the Vex and Vax. McGuigan, did you get the Bow one too? I'm going to get the Vex and Vax one too. The only reason I waited was because Vex and Vax were saying somewhere around July. So I figured, so I didn't kill myself and break my own heart when my credit card bill comes. If I bought the Vex, Vax, Ford, and Bow one all at once, it would have been like $1,000 on my credit card. So I was like, I bought the Bow one last month. I bought the Ford one this month. If I buy the Vex one next month and the Vax one the month after, they'll come out 1 month after each other, and I could justify in my heart having spent all that money. But if I did it all at once, I would cry. And the Grog one's on deck. The Grog one is coming out immediately after the rest. So it's a lot of money, but I almost feel like I could justify it because I don't buy a lot of things for myself. There are all kinds of different types of wormwood woods. Oh, there's so many custom dye. I'm going to check some out. Whoa, I think it just went really far down. Whoa. I have to go back. You can make dye as well. I'm always buying dice, but I end up giving a lot of them away to my new players. I have gemstone and meteorite dice. They're so beautiful. That sounds cool. So much hand poured sharp edge dye. I have 4 sets of metal dye, red and silver, blue and silver, green and gold, and purple and gold. I feel like purple and gold would be my thing. Actually, green and gold, I kind of dig both those. Green and gold, I don't know. I'd probably go purple and gold. Each CR character has a special set, but those are tons and tons of special, but there are tons and tons of special dye. I just want to make sure I didn't skip anything. There are very unique dye. Some are even made of exotic materials like bone. Each CR, okay, I am caught up. There are a lot of cool dice out there. My latest ones are purple with Triceratops in them. They like to roll natural 20s when I have disadvantage, so they don't count. Dude, there's a whole world of crazy dye waiting for you. Guys, I know this is obviously cheating, but do they have weighted dye? Is there like for tricks for like gags? Like if you wanted to like fool somebody as a gag kind of thing in a campaign, do they have trick dye, like weighted dye? I would imagine they probably would. Yes, they do. Like I know they have trick dye in gambling for craps and stuff like that, so I imagine they would for D&D. Dude, there's a whole world of crazy dye waiting for you. I think Atlas Redux is talking about subscribers. Oh, I've spent that's what he's saying. My God, Atlas Redux, you've been around since I had 50 subscribers. Holy crap. I've spent nearly $4,000 on my PC this year, so no figurines on other stuff for me until I get more money for my apartment I've sold. For an apartment I've sold. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't blame you. See, I haven't really spent money. I used to spend so much money on my cars. I used to always buy fancy sports cars and spend thousands of dollars on my cars. I have had the same car for the last 8 years and haven't done anything except oil changes to it. I feel like once I turned 30, I got out of the whole. I still have a GTO in my garage that has like 800 horsepower. To the wheels, it probably has like 680 to 700 horsepower to the wheels. Engine horsepower, probably around 800 engine horsepower. But that is a car I built in my 20s. I've owned it since I was in my like probably around 26, 27. I've owned that car. And it is a monster. But that was stuff I did over a decade ago. My newest car, it's just my nice car that I drive around. So I don't spend a whole lot of money. I could justify my toys, I guess. Not yet. I plan on Vex and Vax not yet. I plan to Vex and Vax are saying it could take up to September to ship. Yeah, that's what I saw. McGuigan saying that he didn't get Bo yet, but you got time. I'm sure you got time. Just looked at the Wormwood site. CR stuff, yes, but no dice tower. Okay, thank you, Daniel O'Day, for the heads up. It is also after 12, so I'm gonna catch up in the chat. I'm gonna do 2 more shots, and then we'll call it a night. It's funny how I bounced back because I honestly was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna make the stream, and instead we're here. It's almost 4 hours in. The dude JB. Oh wait, yes, of course. But I'd straight up kick you from my table if you tried to pull that crap. Oh, the dude's talking about with weighted die. Have you ever tricked anybody? Anybody in the chat? Have you ever like successfully fooled anybody? Like not cheating in campaign, like done it as a joke and then told them and didn't have it affect anything. Turning 42 next month here. Money is meant to be spent. Atlas Redux, that is my whole life. Besides, like I just said, where I spent a lot of money on my cars, my whole life I've worked 3 jobs. I work 60 to 80 hours a week ever since high school. And it's just normal to me at this point. I'm not complaining. I work a lot. It is normal to me. But the amount of money I make, I don't spend nearly as much as I made. I was saved my whole life. I would like literally go to the bar. I would budget everything. I would save my money. And now I'm 40 and I still work 3 jobs. And I'm like, where's this money going? At a certain point, you got to have fun and you got to enjoy yourself because like at a point, how much money do you need? I know you need money to survive and I'm not like rich or anything, but I've saved enough. I've put enough aside where I feel like I have a retirement nest, like enough to retire. So if I want to spend a couple dollars on toys and stuff, I allow myself. By no means am I able to, like, put it this way, if I was rich, I wouldn't be working 3 jobs still. The fact that I work 3 jobs is just so I have the ability to have money when I retire. So now I have money to retire and I can buy some toys at the age of 40. I didn't buy toys when I was in my 20s, so I'm buying toys in my 40s. Had a great night and a great week, critters. Can't wait to see you all next Friday. Colvin, have a good night. Had a few guys at my table who would rub the 20 like a worry stone in order to wear it down and make it lighter. That's pretty funny. Guilt Triply. It's just a gamble. I think after my dad's illness, I just became hyper aware of how fragile. Honestly, dude, a lot of it probably has to do with my dad too, because I think it's because I turned 40, but all of this happened at the same time. I turned 40 a month before my dad's 4th heart attack. So I turned 40, and before I could even like celebrate or figure it out, it was like the holidays and it's Halloween, Thanksgiving. My dad has a 4th heart attack and then it's Christmas. So I don't know what attributed to it. It could have been me turning 40. It could have been that like life itself has just changed. YouTube has become like way more involved in my life intentionally, obviously. Like I do more YouTube now than I do other things that I did like a year or 2 ago. And honestly, it's taking my life in a different direction than I thought it would, in a good way, where like I might actually decide to do this more full time than my actual career kind of thing. So that, along with turning 40 and then my father, I mean, all these things just make you realize that like life could change quickly and things do weird things. And I want to buy a Bo action figure for $170. I'm going to do it. And they stole our puppies. I have to go to sleep now. Good night, Amelia. Good night. I'm going to call it. I'm going to take a shot for Amelia. Amelia, the shot's for you. For no reason other than you just being Amelia and you leaving. I hope you're still here to say. John Drosy. I feel like I'm still saying this wrong, but John Drosy, I definitely remember you. You're the one that reminded me to post the video last week when I completely forgot to post the campaign 2, or what is it? Yeah, the episode 10, I think it was. So cheers to you too, my friend. I believe I have one more shot here. It's going to be actually, I could either do 1 insane shot or 2 mediocre ones. So we'll do that. I feel like I also missed a comment or 2. I as the DM don't judge my dice rolls. If I've decided that I'm going to roll them, I'm going with the thing failing. Whoa. I read that totally wrong. If I've decided that I'm going to roll, then I'm okay with the thing failing. If I want something to just work for the sake of making something compelling. I get what you're saying. It'll just work. Keo Calvin. Oh, Chow. Keo Calvin. Chow Calvin and all. Don't fudge my dice rolls. I have to go sleep now. Oh, I already read that. My favorite thing to say to my players is I don't have enough dice for this while rolling damage or actions to hit. And watch the fear on their faces. In the fear, I feel like that is a word that I'm not understanding, but I think that's a typo. The only time I roll in front of the screen is for the resurrection ritual. Have a good one, everyone. Callista Warrior Queen, take care. Callista Warrior Queen, have a good night and good week. Guys, I think I'm going to just take the shot and I'm going to say goodnight to the roster. So everybody, like and subscribe if you haven't. I wonder if Rated left some point in the chat, and I want to know what the moment is. So Rated, if you're still here, or if you see this later, I want to know what Rated was wanting me to know. I'm actually going to go through the chat real quick and see the last time. Do any of you know what the scene is that Rated wanted me to see? Because I feel like he is not here, and I want to know if I honored him with a good reaction. Rated. If he dies, he dies. I see Rated is talking about what could go wrong in the sewer. Talking about if he dies, he dies. Dolph Lundgren, but I think that is the last thing I see Rated commented. If he dies, he dies. I don't know. That's the last thing I see Rated commented on. I suspect Caleb's apology. He did apologize. I do accept the apology. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to run through real quick. Ray, everybody, good night. Daniel O'Day, McGuigan, Ray, the Dude JB moderators, Lisa Pocky, the Dude JB, thank you, my friends, for everything. Cheese and crackers. Callista Warrior Queen, John Drosy, Daniel O'Day, I might have said you twice. Amelia Gilt Tripley, Colvin, I think you already left. Amanda, Amy France, you guys already left, I know. Atlas Redux, thanks for the donation, Atlas. I think that's everybody that is still in the chat. So guys, cheers. Have a good night. Appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Sunday on part 1 of episode 12. And we're going to start planning at dawn. Cheers.